When it comes to the wonderful world of cinema, there's only one universal truth, that The Mummy with Brendan Fraser is the best movie to ever hit the big screen. Aside from that, shit's wild. People have all types of different perspectives and opinions on movies, as well they should. However, there's one very incorrect opinion on movies, that they can't have a good villain. Where if your villain isn't just like a comical mustache twirling bad Dr. Robotnik, then your villain is problematic and a plague on society. Not a new movement or anything, but with the new Joker movie, this whole perspective has been cranked up to the 10th level, engaging deep space turbo hyperdrive shit. People are outraged about the Joker being a well-designed villain and the protagonist of the movie. This is something we've talked about on the podcast, but I keep getting emails about it and being asked about it during streams at twitch.tv/moistcritical, and I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll make a video talking about it, because I do feel kind of passionately about this. I like when a movie does something different. Having a villain as a protagonist, it's not different. Shit happens all the time. That's a very common thing. But for some reason, in this case, it's totally different because now it's the Joker. It's too extreme now. The Joker's gonna unite all the incels together, forming like a Voltron force of pure virgin weird energy. These incels are gonna watch Joker and be inspired to stop sniffing Dorito powder with the lights off in their hentai masturbatorium, to go out in society and be degenerates. It's just such a fucking reach, and when I say people are outraged, it's mainly journalists, and journalist is a very generous term for what their profession is these days. At this point, they're basically just tweet compilers where they'll grab a random fucking tweet and write 2 sentences about it and slap it on an article. That's the whole goddamn thing. But we live in a world, live in a society meme, unfortunately, where people can't separate fiction from reality. There's just this good chunk of people, the same chunk that argues video games cause violence, and if you play one violent video game, you're 60 times more likely to go down the street and slap someone's ass and call them a noob. It's this idea where you become what you interact with. You can't separate the fiction from yourself. When you watch a movie, you become the protagonist, you get inspired by the protagonist. For all intents and purposes, you are relating very hard to the character. So in this case, they feel the Joker being the villain here, a very bad villain, people are going to become that very bad villain because they're watching him on the screen. It's pretty sad how journalists think people as a whole are so fucking stupid that they shouldn't be allowed near anything negative because they might take it on themselves. And yes, I know people have been inspired by shit, including the Joker before, to do horrible things, but that's just psychopath people, outliers. People got inspired by fucking Slender Man to try and murder people. There's nothing you can do if someone is a psychopath and susceptible to something like that. You shouldn't just restrict the whole idea of presenting a villain that's well written. It's just very restrictive and just so fucking stupid, and it's insulting to culture as a whole. It's the same arguments people made over a decade ago where they were saying Marilyn Manson is the one who's causing people to worship the devil. If you play Marilyn Manson's music backwards, you can hear Satan farting on the track, and it's brainwashing the youth to have them kill themselves and commit heinous crimes in society. Get rid of Marilyn Manson quick. It's like they just want to wash away anything that's not fucking Paw Patrol and Finger Family videos. And people say this a lot. There used to be a time where if you didn't like something, you'd just say, hey, that wasn't for me. I'm not going to see that. I'm not going to promote it or anything like that. But that's never been a time in our history. Anytime someone doesn't like something, they rally very hard against it. Even a decade ago with GTA Vice City, there was a huge movement of mothers against GTA, where they'd say, this cannot happen, my son's gonna go out, steal cars, and fuck bitches all the time and commit crime. And they'd try and lobby to get GTA taken off the stores. It's always been there. It's always been a part of our society, where if you don't like something, it's not enough to just say, not for me, didn't like it, won't really be sharing it with anyone. It's always been, didn't like it, gotta go, censor it, get the fuck out of here. It's not allowed to be out there because I didn't like it. And I think that's the worst mentality to have. I think it's very important to say, I didn't like it, but I can see why people would like it, and they should have the option to see if it's something that's for them. It just wasn't for me. I wish it was more accepting in that capacity, but it's never been like that. And I don't know why people look on it like the glory days, where all of a sudden people were so accepting of, yeah, I didn't like it, that's fine, you can like it. That's never been the fucking case. I'd argue now that's more the case than it's ever been. But you see all of this, since everyone's so connected on Twitter and shit, you're constantly being shown these fringe media posts and people going really hard against something and lobbying really hard to get something taken down. So you see it more often, but I would say it's not as prevalent as an issue as it used to be. Which is a great thing, I suppose, but the Joker one is a little different. This one's pretty fucking massive, And when I say most people, I am once again referring to like the same usual suspects, your fucking Vices and shit like that, writing these clickbaity pieces about why the Joker is going to be the one that leads to World War III, as if this fictional character has that kind of real-world implication possibility. It's just silly. It's fucking silly, and that is my perspective on the Joker drama. I think people need to be more ready to open themselves up to maybe something a little different. In this case, it's not even fucking different. It's just a villain as a main character. He just happens to be a pretty well-known villain and a pretty well-written villain. That's about it. See ya. I imagine, based on the title, some of you were expecting this to be about something that it's just not going to be about. One Punch Man. No, it's still very trash. My video hasn't aged poorly yet, but I'm holding on to hope, fingers crossed with a rabbit's foot up my asshole, that the next episode, which should be all fighting, is beautifully animated, because so far, I don't know where the budget went, because it is not anywhere noticeable in the show to this point. It's basically just the same as it was when I made the video a couple weeks ago. In fact, I would argue it got even worse. In episode 3, there is I shit you not, and I've said that 3 times now in talking about One Punch Man because it sounds exaggeratory, but I'm being literal. There's even a Reddit thread showcasing it and talking about it. In episode 3, there is an actual 2-minute scene that consists of 9 frames. They didn't want to use flashbacks, so instead they used still frames, because I imagine they didn't want to use flashbacks because people would see a huge discrepancy in the quality from early One Punch Man to what you are now experiencing, the fucking train wreck with season 3. So they have a 2-minute scene of exposition that is 9 frames. It is a fucking PowerPoint. It is so sad. And the one little tiddlywink we got of a fight was nerfed from what we were expecting to get. It even had a pretty laughable error where it made one of the male characters, one of the combatants in the fight, have titties. Because the animator that was tasked with it, I think, got confused on the character that they were animating. It's just a mess. And the more I've read about it, the more I realize it's probably not even JC staff to blame. This really seems like it goes all the way up the food chain to Bandai. It seems like they tried to feed JC staff scraps when it comes to budget, and then try and just fart out something as quickly as possible, giving it no time to breathe or marinate, or like actually deliver something of quality. So while JC staff may not have been the best studio pick to begin with, this isn't their genre of animation they do. And as far as I know, the director also doesn't work on this kind of stuff. It's, from what I understand, more spicy material. So, like, while they may not have been optimal picks, it was made significantly worse because of how little Bandai seemed to care about quality. From everything I can find, it seems like Bandai just wanted to do this for as cheaply as possible. And even though it's been 6 years since season 2, they still just wanted to rush something out. Like, I don't know how you can put your fingers up your ass for so long doing nothing with a property as beloved and as popular as One Punch Man and as desired as One Punch Man, and then just be more than happy to spend no money on it, choose your cheapest options every step of the way, and then just have this diarrhea displayed here to fans of the property. I actually blame Bandai far more than I do JC staff. And I also know that the director of season 3 has just completely quit social media because he's been being harassed by fans so much. And I think that shit sucks. He shouldn't have been harassed or anything like that. I truly think he is not solely to blame or anything for season 3's disaster here. I really think it's not entirely his fault or anything like people are trying to say it is. He had basically an impossible task with no money to even give it like a real, try with gusto. Now, I have now ranted about One Punch Man Season 3 for over 2 minutes of this video, and this video is not even supposed to be about One Punch Man, but I am just so passionately upset about the state of this property that I love so fucking dearly with how bad Season 3 is. But like I said, I'm doing everything I can to hold on to that glimmer of hope that maybe the fights are where they were cooking. I'm rolling my eyes into the back of my skull. I'm trying to awaken my Sharingan. If this was the Warhammer 40k universe, I'd be like one of the fucking orc shamans trying to actually like project through belief and bring into reality a good fucking episode of One Punch Man. I am so desperate for it. We'll see. Only a couple days away, and we'll see if maybe the fights are where it shines.
Anyway, I've yapped about this for over 2.5 minutes in a video that's not even supposed to be about One Punch Man. This is supposed to be about a different anime that fell off a cliff many years ago that a lot of people dropped and since had been spitting on it for years now. But I think the latest season, which is the final season, is really good. And I even think the season before this, it started to find its footing, and now it's really starting to pay off. My Hero Academia. When My Hero Academia premiered, it was a breakout success, an international success that was reaching levels like Attack on Titan. And it, over time, started to lose its luster. For me, the show really started to get stinky when All Might was no longer the commanding presence that he was. I think he was the most compelling piece of My Hero Academia, and no one was really there to fill that void. So after his character arc was complete, it really felt like most viewers started to tune out and not care as much. And I also don't think it helps that the show started to really focus on shit that I think most people don't give a fuck about. Like throwing a successful, carnival. Well, not a carnival, I guess, per se. But just like slice of life shit and very underwhelming villains that they'd introduce, like Gentle or something like that. Just really lame things. And it felt like the show went into this fugue state where it was focusing on these boring aspects. And many people, myself included, I think just started to collectively drop it. But now that the show has progressed so much since then, a lot of the big story arcs are now reaching their climax. Last season, it was setting up all the pieces on the chessboard while also having extremely hype moments with great fights. Like everything that'd been building for almost a decade now is reaching its ending, and it's very satisfying to watch. It's beautifully animated. It's finally hype again, and it's really good. This season, I think, has been spectacular. There hasn't been a dull moment. There hasn't been anything, weak about it. I feel like it's gone in a really good direction, and it is delivering on the hype that it used to have. And it's just been a very refreshing thing to see. You finally get things like Bakugo and Midoriya teaming up to try and take down what feels like insurmountable foes with All For One and Shigaraki, who's now become basically the fucking devil, evil incarnate, like actual god mode being on this planet that just wants to see everything upended. He wants it to all just burn, rot, decay. How do you beat them? And it's just been really fun. I'm just happy that, and I know how the show ends. I don't love the ending. I read the manga's ending. Not my favorite. That one gets a bit of a woof from me. But I still think that the journey here is really good getting there. And maybe they change things around in the ending a little bit to make it better. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't really often happen, but you never know. And it's not the worst ending I've ever read or anything. We're not talking platinum end levels of trash ending. Anytime I bring up bad endings, I cannot help myself but mention that show. I'll give you a brief synopsis for why I hate that fucking ending so much. It is the goofiest thing I've ever seen to this day. Platinum End was an anime that I was very excited for, written by the creator of Death Note. It's a pretty cool premise. God is withering away and he's choosing his successor because there needs to be a god. So these angels go out and they choose their champion, basically. And they choose people that were suicidal, tried to take their own life because they believe that those people are the best candidates because they understand life more so than people that haven't gone through that kind of hardship. So they each choose a champion, and then it's a battle to choose the next god. They fight each other. One thing leads to another. There's a character that's introduced that says point blank numerous times, if I am chosen to be God, if you guys decide that it should be me that ultimately becomes God, I will kill myself. First day on the job, I am taking my own life. And they're like, okay, that's not good. We can't really have that because everything would be destroyed. Everything would be ruined with that. So they kind of sideline that idea until the very end. They then choose that guy to be God. They then decide, you know what, that actually is a really great idea. Let's have that guy who has told us exactly what he's going to do be God. And lo and behold, he gets the position, it submits the resume, he wins, and pretty much immediately, he kills himself. And in doing so, all of humanity dies with him. And they're like surprised by it. It is so stupid. And that's the end of the show. Humanity's dead. He did exactly as advertised. He took his own life. Everyone dies with him. And then there's like a little dialogue at the end about like, you know, how everything unfolded from some other beings. Stupidest fucking ending ever. So I can confidently tell you My Hero Academia's ending is not nearly to that level. But I just personally don't like it. I really like everything leading up to it so far, though, and I am, like, very off on a bunch of tangents here in this video. It's 5 a.m. I haven't slept. I'm sure you could probably fucking tell. But the point I'm making here is My Hero Academia is finally back. Now, I don't think everyone's gonna like it, and I always hear about, like, the fan base being weird. I don't typically engage too much in, like, fandom conversation or anything, but I do think something people probably won't like, especially if you previously liked the show for its early seasons that most people glaze. 99% of those characters are just poofed out of existence, basically. You just have to forget they exist. You have to just, in your mind, throw them into the back rooms, because you are not going to see them shine at all. The vast majority of the characters that were introduced early on have very little to do here. They do try and shine a light on some of the more key characters from back then for like special moments, but on the whole, a lot of characters you might remember from back then, they didn't get picked for the kickball team this time around. They have been sidelined, they are riding the bench, and like I said, they do try and give some special moments to them, but it's nothing extraordinary. It'd be like, everyone's doing their part, look! This character from Season 1 just made 5 toothpicks because Bakugo had something in his teeth. We're all contributing. And it's like, okay. Like, what's even the point of showing that little piece? It's clearly just to remind you, like, we know the characters are here, but they're clearly not strong enough to do anything. Only the key characters have the power to be able to fight in stakes to this level. And for me personally, I think it's fine. I do think there will be a lot of people that have an issue with that, though, because they did spend so much time with a lot of those characters that now basically do nothing at the end. It is what it is. It was a huge cast. They weren't all going to be able to do cool stuff here. I'm actually impressed that they were able to do so much with so many characters here in the last 2 seasons. A lot of them I didn't think they'd give any attention to did actually have big moments. So overall, I do think the last 2 seasons, and this season especially, have been My Hero Academia fucking shining. It's been going plus ultra. Animation, everything has, I think, been significantly better, getting back to its former glory. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know most people still poo-poo on it. Most people are still under the impression that My Hero Academia is, you know, dog shit or whatever. And I just want to tell you, it's not. I certainly don't think it is. I've been enjoying it. That's really about it. So, yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm playing Bassmasters 2000 for the Nintendo 64. Let's do this shit. I'm gonna do a tournament. I think a tournament is just what I need right now. Professional difficulty. I am a professional fisherman, so that is the appropriate difficulty setting. Let's make our angler here. Alright, I can't really tell the hats apart. Or the hair, what the fuck? This is just a silhouette of a person, I can't see the changes here. How am I supposed to design a character when the character is a fucking ghost? Alright, I'm just gonna change all these settings and then I'll see what I end up with. John Fisher, the master of the unknown. I have no fucking idea how this character looks. But I guess we'll find out. Lake conditions look optimal. Boat. Looks like a piece of shit, but good enough. Rumble pack shit sack, get off the screen. What the fuck is this? Is this where I'm fishing? It looks like the water shit itself. Did a wastewater treatment facility explode and pollute this lake? Looks like pure sewage here. Old Hickory Lake, this is just appalling. Sunny? You call this sunny weather? The sky is blocked out by dust. This is post-apocalyptic weather. Who needs rules when you're fishing? The only rule is to catch the fish. Now how do I play this? Alright. How about... Oh, what was that? Alright, here we go. We'll do a little driving here. Get to where the fish are chomping. I have no idea how to read this NASA GPS at the bottom left of my screen. Alright, I guess there's a fish in this general area. Oh, 2 fish. Now it's a party. How do I stop driving this? There we go. Alright, how do I cast? Is it in this little menu? Live well. Thank you. You too. Alright, how do I cast? Tackle, maybe? No, this is my tackle box. I don't know why the fuck I thought that'd be there. Alright, so do I just jump in the water and fish with my hands? Do I piss into the water and drink my piss? How do I cast? Oh, what was that? What did I hit? Fuck, I don't know what I hit. Shit. A new challenge has presented itself. How do I reel? Oh, is this it? Oh, there we go. Now we're reeling. Reeling and dealing. Alright. There are no fish here. They must have all died in the nuclear fallout that consumed Old Hickory Lake. Alright, now let's figure out how the fuck did I cast. Was it this right here? Oh, yep. There we go. Alright. That went about 500 million yards. Let's reel that bad boy in. Cast again. Reeling in is extremely tedious. Goodness gracious. Alright, here we go. We'll throw this one to Galaxy next door. Oh, look at that. 42.6 miles. That's a world record. Thank heavens there's no fish here. I might have been able to catch one. Could you imagine how terrible that would have been to catch a fish? Aliens must have swooped in and stolen all the Earth's fish. This is just preposterous. Why does it take half of a millennia to reel in this lure? How heavy is this lure? Is this just like a disguised cinder block? Almost to the boat, come on. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Hey, there we go. I must have cast all the way across the world. Check out the Game Boy screen there. Look at all those fish on it. The fish must be having some kind of homeowners meeting. Alright, let's see what we've got in the tackle box. The Quantum Spin Reel. That is the only item you will ever need to purchase right there. No more food, no more clothing. You've got the Quantum Spin Reel. You're set. Let's roll with the Berkeley 12-pound line. 5 of diamonds. Alright. Copper. That looks like a strip of bacon. That looks like a chandelier. I guess I could just throw a chandelier at the fish. Alright, these are all the same right here. Oh, here we go. A frog. Another frog. Oh, what the fuck? Is that an eel? I am no longer fishing for simple fish. I am now fishing for a great deal on a house. And I think I've struck gold. Whew, that was a close one. I was worried there'd be fish here. Oh shit! I'm reeling through this giant rock. This Berkeley 12-pound line doesn't fuck around. Holy shit. This rock wasn't gonna stop me from reeling this bitch in. I took this rock to the car wash to get its titties cleaned. There's gotta be another button to reel in. There's no reason reeling should be this slow, unless he's using a portable asshole. A fishing rod reels much faster than this. There it is. That's the button to reel in. I've just been using the wrong button to reel in. Excellent. I'll teach you to watch fishing. Take some of that. I hope you learned your lesson. You're next. Don't think I don't see you over there. Nutritionists recommend at least 1 serving of fishing lures per day. But you're gonna get 2. Take some of that, bitch. There we go, there's a fish on the scanner. That means there's gotta be a fish nearby. And where there's 1 fish, there's a lot of fish having a lot of fish sex. There are no fish here. The scanner must be broken. There's no fish in all of Old Hickory Lake. It's all a conspiracy. Holy shit, is that a fish? That's a fish! Oh, what the fuck? It just left reality. Alright, fish must be extinct except for the 1 lone survivor, who I'm probably never gonna catch anyway. Oh, what the fuck is this? Yes! Yes! How do I catch it? Do I just reel in? Oh shit, I guess not. Oh, here we go. He's going for it again. Alright. Round 2. Strike. That's 10 plus your next frame in bowling. Oh, fuck. Not again. No, fish, don't leave. You need more of this. Eat the lure. Bite it. Nibble it. Wibble tits. Oh, he's going for it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna reel in. Tension. You could cut it with a knife. Oh, this fish is fighting. He's feisty. This must be the Loch Ness Monster's offspring. Damn it, this fish is really pulling. I hope our boat dropped anchor, otherwise this fish is gonna take us on a ride. This must be an absolutely colossal fish. Like a 250-pound Goliath.
Doesn't mess around when
Just shy of 5 pounds. And I finally get to see what my character looks like. Awesome. Well, that was a little less than I was expecting, but not too shabby. Alright, well, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
Alright, let's see this body cam. Let's see what this dweeb did.
How are you, bro?
When an entitled YouTuber
Well, we know what he
pushes
did, but I mean
officers
how he
too
handled
far,
the
They
officers.
decide to bring him in, but they are unaware of the lengths he's willing to go to turn this situation into content. It is around 3 a.m. on the morning of Saturday, November 15th, 2025, and these Miami Beach police officers stationed on Washington Avenue in Miami Beach, Florida, have reached their patience limit with 22-year-old YouTuber Jack Doherty.
God, looking like that at 22 is so unfortunate. He actually looks like a 12-year-old boy. That's brutal, man. That looks like something you'd see in your middle school yearbook. He also runs like an OnlyFans agency or some shit, too. Imagine Boss Baby being the person handling your paychecks. Eek.
Jack Doherty, who broke away from his group and attempted to engage officers to create content for his channel in the middle of the roadway, creating a safety hazard. Despite multiple warnings, Jack continued recording the video, even ignoring his friends as they told him to stop. As a final warning, officers told him that they would...
Also, I always like to highlight these guys as well, because I think they're even more pathetic than the main clown, because they do this for nothing. I bet this guy doesn't even get paid to hold the camera for Jack Doherty's dog shit streams. I bet he just does it because he tries to suckle some clout out of it. I bet he does it for the love of the game. Oh, Jack, do you need someone to hold your cock while you pee? Yeah, I'll do it. No, you don't need to pay me. The same thing with all the pranksters and shit. All the pranksters who have their friends run into the, like, fast food places with them, they do not see a penny of the revenue that the person makes.
arrest him if he didn't comply, to which Jack replied, "Once I'm done with this, bet." And now, as officers move to make good on that warning, they have no idea that Jack is far from done recording them on this day.
What? No. I got him. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got him. Back up.
Nice work, bodyguard.
Back up.
What a hero. He's like actually Spider-Man the way he tried to step in there and save Jack.
You want to go with him? Go to the sidewalk now. Okay.
No, I'm chilling.
Now.
You want to be funny? We tell you to get on the street, go on the street.
All right, I'm getting out.
Who the you think you are, bro?
I'm getting out the street.
No, you're not. Like, after I do this, who the are you, bro?
I was trying to walk up the street, but
Doesn't matter, bro. All you had to do was get in the sidewalk. That's it. You want to?
Oh, Jack.
Yo, you should have got your man out the road. I was trying to.
Now, as officers proceed to search him, they immediately find even more reasons to take him to jail, but Jack only sees it as another content opportunity, something the officers have yet to realize.
Hey, free Jack!
Who just said that? Like, who actually said that unironically? You should arrest that guy for public cringe. That's worse than indecent exposure out here on the streets, yelling free Jack. Jack Doherty. Put that man in cuffs ASAP. He is too much of an embarrassing loser to be part of civilized society. Lock that guy's ass up too.
Oh, good.
Chill. Can I take that off and give it to someone? No, you can't take it off like that. Yo, chill. Wait, let me take it. Can I take it off for you? Yes.
You have to like slide it off your wrist. Like you can't take it off anyway.
Sorry. Jeez, big man, you gotta go to
Take it off.
MDNA?
It's in the.
I'll check it out.
Give me some, no.
There's also
But no, you really can't take it off that way, sir.
Jack's got all the cool stuff in his Batman utility belt. Oh, wow.
MDNA.
Motherfucker, they're funny, bro. Like, that's not
Listen,
serious.
I'm not even doing that. Listen,
I get you. I got you.
I'm just telling you.
I know.
I'm just telling you.
Hey,
Sidewalk.
We told him a bunch of times that
No. It's not even that.
No, you're cool. You're cool.
I was telling you genuinely. I apologize on his behalf.
Why? Brother, you're getting paid to be his bodyguard, not his dad. Why are you apologizing on his behalf, bro? Just go on the sidewalk. You'll get your paycheck later. You don't have to be clowning yourself like this for Jack. Just get the fuck out of here, man.
Bro,
I get you. You're still irritated by it. I'm not tripping. I'm just letting you know that's not where I'm coming from. That's not where I'm coming from.
I got you. That's good, bro.
Can we try to get my watch or someone or no?
What is? Oh, the watch.
But you have to like untape. You have to.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. Can you tell him to pull up here, my friend?
He can take it off. He can take the watch off 05. We'll do it at the station, man.
But real quick.
He's afraid of not getting fired for defending him from the cops. That's true. I didn't even stop to consider that. Jack Doherty is such a fucking lobotomite. I bet he would blame his bodyguard for that. Why didn't you beat up the cops, dude? You're fired. I didn't even think of that. So now that behavior makes a little bit more sense. Did not even consider that, because any normal, rational person, that wouldn't even be a thought that would cross their mind. But you have to throw that out the window when talking about Jack Doherty.
We'll do it at the station.
No.
Is this going to be like a timeout period?
No, he's going to jail.
You really going to take it?
No, it's not the
No.
Come on, let's get the road. Come on.
I'm just asking.
Let us in.
I'm just asking so he get an idea what is going on.
No, he's going to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, yeah, that's how we got to learn. That's how we got to learn.
With officers finding 3 hand rolls.
It is how we gotta learn, unfortunately.
And half of an orange
Jack Doherty
oval-shaped
has to
pill
learn it the
marked
hard
with a
way,
3,
hopefully.
Consistent with a Schedule 2 amphetamine, Jack is immediately brought to the station. And this is where his entitled behavior leads him to pull another move that he will soon regret.
There's no way he keeps up this machismo in the police station while looking like a Boy Scout. There's not even cameras rolling, Sack Dorky. Why even bother, man? I thought for sure the body cam would just have him like completely abandon the tough guy persona. There's no way. There's no way he tries to puff out his chest.
You'll ask them when you get a chance to.
How long
I don't know. As soon as the judge call you in, then you'll be fine.
They respect you, so I'm not trying to like be a dickhead.
I'll answer it. I'll answer it later on. Sorry.
He doesn't want to talk to you, Jack. Nobody does unless they're paid to be around you.
What tonight? Probably tomorrow. Maybe. Oh no. This is just a pit stop. All right, come on.
How
How are you guys?
how are you?
Pretty good, man.
All right.
Cool now, you know.
I'm sorry,
You guys sound like
gotta
my
listen, man,
my
yo.
friend. But,
bro. We got you.
no worries. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you will, right? Because no one said that thing.
We're not questioning you.
Oh, really?
It's kind of how it works. Just face that way for me, please.
That's right.
Yes, stuff like that.
Are your guys' body cams going?
Oh, he's trying to farm off the body cams. Oh my god, he's such a loser. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's actual bottom of the barrel.
Right. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to remove the handcuff from you. Listen.
Oh, yeah.
And then take all your jewelry out.
Okay.
Socks, sneakers, put them on top of the counter. Yes?
Top of the, what?
Counter.
This might seem like a simple order, but to Jack, it's about protecting his jewelry, and he won't even hesitate to instruct officers on how to preserve it.
I'm knocking out tonight.
Unfortunately now, brother.
When do you think I will?
Tomorrow's Saturday, hopefully tomorrow.
Okay, hopefully. Hopefully.
They don't want to be around you either, man. So yeah, hopefully.
I'm so OCD and shit.
I guess you are.
Oh, this shit scratched my shit up. Nah, I'm suing.
Yeah, all right, you did,
I
bro.
got insurance on these
Huh.
shit now, you know what I'm saying?
Take the jewelry off, please.
What do I do with this, you know?
Take everything off.
You guys can be like careful with it, you know?
Yeah, of course,
I'm
man.
so OCD, bro. It's delicate.
All right, everything gets documented, you know.
Alright, cool. No, it's not even about that. It's like, you can't like bend it, you know?
His friends outside?
I don't know.
Because I think he wants to hand that over to them.
Can I call him? I'll do anything to give him this so it doesn't have to be here. Please.
You would give him.
No, I go with you.
Just my jewelry. I'll do anything.
I'm down for that. Let him. He got his phone, right?
Yeah, it's right here.
Make a phone. Let him make a phone call.
Thank you.
And
Oh, they're being so nice to him.
Listen, boss man, Jack.
Yes, sir.
When you give him the order, dog, you gotta do that. Like you could have avoided all of this.
I know. I wish I could have. But like right when I was giving that order, I turned around and boom, my security guard was there. But like it was. I know. I'm not gonna like make excuses, you know.
Have
Yeah.
him come to the station. And
Yo, you want to come to this? You got my location?
Just give him the address.
How come? Dave has the location, but you can pick up my
11 Street,
jewelry.
Washington Avenue.
Why does Jack always rub his tummy? That's something I've noticed. When he crashes his car, he's rubbing his tummy. When he's getting arrested, he's rubbing his tummy. Why does he do that? I don't really get it. Is it like something from childhood? Like now he just can't help but rub his little belly?
Pick up my jewelry, you know.
So this is
Give me your cash.
So you're gonna put all the
Yeah,
jewelry
just
in the
pick up my
bag.
jewelry.
In the car.
Matter of fact, yeah, put it all in the bag.
Yeah.
He's gonna go back out and go into your car or whatever. sitting
A
there.
nervous
And
tick?
then the guy will walk him in.
I guess. That's a weird one though. I don't usually see that.
He's like, hey, you can get this and get his the person.
He's checking for abs. Nope. Still out of shape.
No problem. All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to tell him to come here.
All right.
Yo, can you hear me? Hello.
Ain't no video. It's phone calls.
It's just not working. Here, I'll put it right here.
All right.
I'm taking your jewelry off, man. Come on.
Sorry. I'm just trying to tell him to get here.
Just take off, while you're doing that, take off your jewelry. So you can give it to him. We got his 13? No?
Not yet.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
here.
All right, where are you?
We're walking right now.
Okay, bet.
Tell him to have his driver's license and everything ready.
You should inform the officer up front that the goof troop's coming through,
Let
guys.
someone just have Dave or whoever has their ID.
It's about to get cringe.
You do? I bet.
How much was it again?
440.
100. Hey,
Sorry, no, yeah, the cash is cool. You guys got that.
No, look, 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You saw that, right?
Yeah, 6, 7.
All going in here.
Wait, no.
One
I
breath.
thought we were giving it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
In the
Yeah,
bag.
well, we gotta like keep
We're
it
gonna
nice,
have
nice
the-
and neat, you know?
Okay, so one here. All right.
No. Can I just give it to him hand?
No.
We have to do
We
this
have to put
first.
it in
Right?
Alright, y'all.
Okay, 2. All right.
Alright.
3 right here. 4. Okay.
Thank you.
And then
This- We get a separate bag first so don't scratch
And
it up, you know?
then
You don't got a separate bag?
the watch. All right.
Because it's gonna scratch it up. You can't scratch
We
it.
got you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Yourself, right? Can you?
Once you get a breath.
Here's the problem, right? We made an exception for you to.
This actual fucking parasite. He called his friend and then started recording on his phone. He just needs to stay in jail forever. Like he's not really a human being anymore. He's legitimately subhuman. His brain is so rotted and poisoned, all he sees is like content opportunities, but it's also like terrible content. Like legitimately it's just bad content. So he's trying to perform for the cameras and he's still extremely lame and boring. Just keep him in jail, man.
Make a phone call. Yes?
Yes.
And I told you not to record, but you're recording.
I don't know.
So you know what's gonna happen now? All this is going with you to the UK. We're not giving this to anybody else.
I can just delete the video.
No, take your shoes off.
Bro, what? Like, I
Take
don't
your shoes
care.
off. Take your shoes off.
Alright. But aren't you guys recording too?
Take your shoes off.
And my shoes are off.
Take your socks off.
Alright.
Hey, call the sergeant. 10-207. Somebody picking this up is going to the UK.
The what?
Turn around.
Dude, for real?
It's going to the incinerator, bro.
Like that?
We're torching
There's
it.
a fucking gun, man. Come on.
Hey, be careful! Be careful! This tiny meat might get damaged there. You gotta be. What are you doing in there?
How do you stand?
Oh, hey, what? Hey, stop it! You're slapping his little almond nuts around.
Hey, it's going to TGK. Everything's going to TGK.
TGK, ending mileage 15031.5.
It's all right. Everything's going to TGK.
They had to change. They had to do a little cut there because Jack got a boner.
Hey, get in there. Probably fun.
They didn't want the video to get age restricted.
Okay, come. Probably. Silly, huh?
Damn, he looks so hard in there.
Yeah, what's up?
I was trying to help him out, he's gonna go straight over.
We're actually been very nice. Making an exception for him. That'll be fun.
I'm trying to be very nice with you. You wasn't even gonna wait. But now, if you want to do all this, now we're gonna do this. So now you're gonna wait till at least 6 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. Then at that point,
I have no idea what this is.
Yes, you did.
I explained that.
He explained it multiple times, man.
But I honestly have no idea. I have no idea. No one told me anything.
Also, hey,
leave the video, yes?
nah.
No, we can't do that.
No, it's cool because hey, everything is cool. Kill you.
No, we can't. No, we can't.
Huh?
You can't touch it.
For him to go on his phone and do it. No.
Nah, kill you. Nah, it's cool.
You can't do that.
No,
Hey, we don't say anything.
it's on
Hey,
camera.
I know where you're coming from, but kill you, man. I'm good.
But can I ask what I'm being charged?
The resistance is one of them.
How was I resisting?
Possibly possession.
What?
Possibly possession.
What's that mean?
Possession of substance. I caught it. Understand that? Yes.
He doesn't know what that word means,
Even
bro.
after realizing the full impact of his actions, Jack's desperate attempt to apologize only becomes another display of his vanity.
No chance, my friend. I know I f***ed up, shouldn't have filmed. I get it.
You taking it with you to TGK, bro.
What does that mean?
He go with you. He goes to TGK with you.
But then when I leave, I just get it.
Yeah, they'll give it a lot. Yeah, of course,
Alright.
huh? Yeah.
I just thought it might be a process after.
No. They give it to you when you get released. Yeah.
No, but I don't get out.
Huh?
No, but I don't get out.
Hopefully tomorrow, man, but
Yeah.
probably not in the morning anymore, you know?
No, really? This sucks. I really have
Hey, I'll try helping you, man. All right.
Ultimately, Jack
That's
Doherty
true, they
was
did try
charged
to
with
help him.
felony possession of controlled substance without prescription, misdemeanor, resisting without violence, possession of cannabis. He was later released on a $3,500 cash bond. But true to his nature, Jack continued milking the incident for content after his release. He even
That's
uploaded
true.
footage officers had accidentally recorded on his phone after not realizing the camera was still running. In a later interview with TMZ, Jack described the arrest as the worst day of his life, claiming he was stuck in a small cell for 5 hours before being moved to a larger holding room for another 10 hours. He even warned others to stay away from jail while still managing to put his entitlement on full display. It now seems like Jack is using the experience to create even more police-related content for his channel, continuing to profit off the incident, at least until another group of officers decides to draw the line and take him in again. Whether you're on patrol,
Can't wait till that happens. Pretty cool body cam. That was pretty cool. Who paid his cash bond? His pappy. His dada. You see the Marvel Rivals Cyclops trailer has some of the craziest animation.
Chrono anomaly located. Moving in. Target identified.
I haven't played Marvel Rivals in so long.
Not exactly a warm welcome, Nueva York.
This is a very good style. The Marvel Rivals cinematics have been really hype. Damn.
Threat neutralized.
Oh, this is the dinosaur. I saw that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. It begins today. I'm telling you, if they do an animated show in this style, it would go so hard. It definitely would. What's your favorite Bible story? I guess, I've said this before, the one that always stuck with me, that really, like, made a lasting impression, not really even in a positive way, was the, story of Abraham. I don't know. That one, like, actually kind of frightened me. But I don't know if I'd call it my favorite. That was just the one that really, like, stuck with me. Why did it frighten you? That's the story of the Abraham needing to sacrifice his son. Why did he do that? It was a test of faith. He didn't actually kill his son. At the end, it was like, no, stop. You've proven your faith. So it was basically like the first prank. My favorite is Samuel 18:27, where King Saul ordered David to kill 200 dudes and take their foreskin so he can marry the king's daughter. That one gets mentioned a lot. I've talked about that one as well. I actually talked about that with Wendigoon once. I'm pretty sure that was on, I can't remember where we talked about it. It might have been Red Thread. But we talked about that exact story. Other than Donkey Ollie, do you have any other memorable Bible animations you watched as a kid? Not animations, but I watched a lot of Bible Man. When I was a kid, I used to go to a Christian after-school care center. So it was a lot of, like, Bible study courses and stuff when I was a kid. Those things like Bible Man, VeggieTales, that kind of thing. VeggieTales was really, like, the only Bible animation I watched at the time. VeggieTales was actually pretty good. It was. VeggieTales was, I always enjoyed it. How accurate was this game compared to the Bible? Pretty close. It's pretty close in a lot of areas. A lot I didn't even remember. So, it was actually a faithful adaptation in a lot of ways. The story I remember the most is the story of Job, where God took everything away from Job to test his faith. That one was very sad, yeah. Job's story was another sad one. You a Christian? I'm not as spiritual as I was, but yeah, I mean, I always was growing up. Again, I got baptized twice. And like I said earlier, for my entire, like, young life, I spent after-school care in a Christian facility, like, for multiple hours after school, till my parents picked me up. But I'm not actively spiritual as I was back then. I'm just of the belief now that, like, what modern Christianity is becoming, where it's, like, very normalized to pervert the scripture into a lot of different things and try and, like, present it as something that I was always taught it wasn't, has really just soured my desire to be going and being active in the churches around me. Don't need church to be faithful. But then, I agree. I think that's completely fair. You can talk about Christy Gnome's husband and his fucking honkers, his big old melons. Yeah, that shit was wacky. Do you feel spiritual at all while playing, like a reminder from God? That's kind of a cute question, actually. Unironically, playing through that, like, did just feel good. Like, it is, I don't know. The actual messaging of the scripture, I think, is just a generally positive thing that if people actually did subscribe to, like, the people claim they do, it'd be a lot better. Like, the world would be a lot nicer as opposed to the way they use Christianity now, like by Paula White Cain, Kenneth Copeland, those kind of people. So playing through it reminded me of, like, oh, there's, like, really good messages here that really sucks to see what it's being turned into. People like Paula, nothing new. Jesus spoke of people like her. Oh, I know. It's just very normalized now. Did you order a Trump Bible? No, I have to, though. I gotta spend $1,000 on the Trump Bible. Increase my faith level. Speaking of, that did just remind me, I gotta check in on my Trump phone. It was supposed to be here at the end of March, according to their support guy. I'll have to check in. It's probably on its way. Can't wait for the Trump phone review. Yeah, me neither, man. Any day now. That's what they keep saying. Any day now that puppy will be delivered. I'm excited. I know it's gonna be worth the wait. They're forging the phone out of real gold. That's why it takes so long. You know, you're making a joke, but what's crazy is even if they were doing that for every single phone, it would have taken less time than it currently is. And they are literally just drop shipping phones from China, and they still can't even do that. It was supposed to come out in August of 2025. It's unreal. It's unreal. Have you ever seen that video of Prophet Shepherd Bashiri pretending to levitate on camera to prove he can perform miracles? Is he the guy that also brought out an actor in a coffin and pretended to raise him from the dead? I can't remember the name of that prophet, but is it the same guy? Could be the same guy. Alright, let's see. Shepherd Bashiri? No, I don't think this is the same guy. Oh, I can feel it coming. Ah! What? Holy. He can perform miracles. Wow. Prophet Shepherd Bushiri. The chosen one. I'm sure them recording the bottom half of... Oh, okay, here you go, trying to poke holes in a clear miracle. How do you argue with this? You can try, but you won't succeed. Irrefutable. Chris Angel did it first. True. He does that shit over the Luxor. The Luxor. We need another amazing Randy nowadays. Oh, God, you're so right. This is desperately required. 1000%. We need a new James Randi. A man from Kentucky won a $167.3 million Powerball jackpot and claimed his check on April 28th. On April 29th, he celebrated by coming down to my neck of the woods in Florida and got himself arrested because boy howdy he got rowdy and for some reason just wanted to fight everyone at like a hotel bar. I cannot fathom how someone can come into life-changing money and then the first thing they do is just unleash their demons. Just go fucking sicko mode on strangers. There's no audio for this section, but James Farthing, the Powerball winner, is the one that's right now grabbing a handful of that guy's shirt while another man takes him down. He said, "You can get me to the ground, but I'm gonna see that man's nipples come hell or high water, goddammit."
You kidding me? No, Get on the ground! Do not fucking move, do not resist. Put your hands down. B12, step it up. I just got kicked.
So it happens pretty quick. It was actually like two very fast kicks from James here. He got him with the fucking black flash, honestly. But what happened is the officer separated them and he was handcuffing the guy that had James in the headlock. And while that guy is on the ground, face down, James comes back to try and soccer kick him, but he misses and gets the officer square in the noggin. He like blasts his cranium here with his taekwondo kicks. And of course, being the tough macho man that James is, he then kicks the defenseless man who is handcuffed on the ground, which is a kick, that kind of soccer kick, that can oftentimes be fatal. He is an unhinged maniac. So he hits the officer and then hits the guy who he initially instigated all this shit with. So, again, this is James Farthing, the one doing the kicks, not the one who's currently being handcuffed. And I know it's low-hanging fruit to call him James Farting, because his last name is so close to it. I'm sure he got bullied with that in school. But I still can't resist, so I gotta call him James Farting at least once. This man is getting farted on here by, like, the entire police force coming up.
Relax, do not. Just stay there. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stay right fucking here.
You, enough. I didn't know you were here.
Doesn't fucking make a difference.
I got clocked in the face.
You stay there. Okay, you need to calm down. Put your hands behind your back right the fuck now.
Put your hands behind your back and get against the fucking wall! Against the wall! Who else? The female. Taser deployed.
Dude got wombo comboed here. That's the two-piece Whopper special. He got tased and then Goldberg speared by another officer, and he let out a primal yell. Like, that's like the voice acting for the finals when you play the heavy and use the power slam. Like, holy shit. It was really a textbook linebacker tackle. Like, I'll give it to the officer there. So James tries to run away. He is clearly hammered. This guy is sloshed. So when the officer's telling him to get against the wall, he like shoves him towards the wall and he loses his balance instantly. And then he tries to make the slowest getaway possible. He gets tased and then tackled. You can also hear his girlfriend is shouting in the background. Well, she was actually on the ground because she was also being rowdy and ended up getting charged with disorderly conduct or disorderly intoxicated conduct, something like that. So these two just came into an unbelievable amount of money. And the first thing they do, legitimately, the next day after getting this money, they come down here to Florida and they start causing a ruckus. They weren't like victims here. They started all of it. So that guy that you saw get him in a headlock, well, it turns out James Farthing just clobbered him with a sucker punch.
The guy with the tats was trying to fight everybody. He ripped the dude's shirt over here. He don't want to do nothing. He was basically trying to fight everybody in the bar.
The people who work here are saying that he was a problem. Bad line.
Him?
Yes.
No. No, I don't know.
Well, because like.
What I was told is he got hit, and that's when he
I got
a fight
hit.
with the guy with the tats. So the guy with the tats punched him in the face.
So you were instigating this as well. You were arguing with her. We were trying to split you guys up. You guys didn't stop arguing. I know you weren't the first one to throw punches and anything. That way?
No.
Yes. Yes. So.
Now, the bald guy is also pretty drunk, that's clear to see. But, according to the employees there, he was arguing back with the dude with the tats, and they tried to get him to stop. Neither one did, and that's when James Farthing threw the sucker punch, and that's when he threw him into the headlock. And then also when James decided to rip the other guy's shirt off. It's quite a mess. James went around like talking shit, also bragging about being a lottery winner and like getting in people's faces, trying to fight them. So he called him out on it, started insulting him, calling him delusional, that kind of thing. And I guess that's when the employees were like, stop arguing, stop, just squash this. But he continued to call him out for being an asshole, and that's when James snapped and sucker punched him. Now, they did trespass the bald guy from this facility as well, due to his involvement in all of this. And the guy who gets his shirt ripped off does also give a statement that talks about how the bald guy was insulting him a lot directly to his face, saying that he was antagonizing him. But also, the James Farthing was the one who did start all of the commotion. Now, this isn't James' first run-in with the law. He's actually got a fascinating bit of lore here. So he hit Kentucky's largest jackpot the day before all of this unfolded, and opted to split the winnings with his mother as an early Mother's Day gift. That's the kind of feel-good story that makes your heart melt. It makes you go, aww. And then you read the following paragraph here. It turns out he is a career criminal who's racked up convictions across 9 counties in Kentucky for a litany of offenses, including choking a girlfriend, bribing officers while in prison, and selling cocaine to an undercover cop. Wow, what a saint. This seems like the kind of guy that deserves a $167 million Powerball jackpot. That just goes to show you, when it comes to luck in RNG, there is truly no amount of karma or anything at play. It is just as random as that shit gets. This degenerate fucking scumbag just came into $167 million and then immediately comes down here and can't kick his criminal ways, so starts fucking fighting strangers in a hotel bar while flexing about his newfound wealth.
I had it right here. It's my purse.
Your ID's in there?
She started with it.
Okay.
That is?
Okay.
This is the
Who is here?
no shirt. Guy that kicked you.
James Farthing. Okay.
He's with me.
Okay.
We always argue.
Okay.
We've been together. We met in 214.
Okay. So you got, but what's going on tonight? I don't care about when you met.
Nothing.
No, so I just.
We came to the Kentucky Lottery in Louisville and we claimed the check.
So although his girlfriend faced the disorderly conduct charges, she was released. Apparently, according to people around there, from what I've gathered, she was like directly involved in all of like the shit talking and the arguing and even like to a certain extent the brawl itself, which I guess is how she ended up on the floor. I'm still a little confused on how she got in that position. I thought I overheard her saying like, they argue all the time and, you know, it's not that big a deal, thus implying that James was the one that, like, shoved her down. That's what it kind of sounds like. I'm not positive. Which wouldn't be the most surprising information to learn, considering this guy also has a charge of choking a girlfriend at one point. So it doesn't seem like it's something he wouldn't do.
From right when the first punch was thrown. Right when he hit you the first. He hit you first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so right from there. So he was just... From talking to my partner who's talking to you, he was just here being obnoxious, stupid.
Yeah.
My partner's telling me you kind of called him out in a couple things.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
He got mad.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
And just pow.
And then just punched you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight in the jaw.
Like I said,
oh my God. I get it. Like my brother's in law enforcement. Like my dad is in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like
I want to tell you what I saw.
Yeah. What do you think, man?
So as they're talking to the bald guy who took James down, the guy who got his shirt ripped off marches over there and throws his hands on his hip and he's like, all right, I kind of want to participate here and let you guys know what the fuck happened. This guy looks exactly like Carl Urban, by the way. Like, I thought Billy Butcher was rolling up here for a second.
I saw you sitting over here talking to this guy, antagonizing him for like an hour. He was getting riled up. He was getting riled up. He was getting riled up. You were pushing his buttons. And then
Is that what you think?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I saw. I saw the body language.
I understand.
And this guy's been in prison for 28 years.
Okay.
Well, so it's a different perspective.
You have to understand that.
I saw this guy pushing the bear, poking the bear.
But antagonizing is not
antagonizing.
Talking to somebody and
well, thank you
antagonizing
for
is
your,
not against
Hey,
them.
thank you for
It's
your...
the fact that he punched him, and when I got here, the other guy punched
been
him.
in prison for 28 years.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Can you go take a seat over there?
So he is saying that the bald guy did a lot more than what the officers and the employees are letting on, that he was poking the bear, and he kind of makes it sound like this was an expected outcome because the guy spent 28 years in jail, which, from what I've learned about James Farthing, is pretty close to accurate. He spent roughly 30 years of his life behind bars for a laundry list of crimes. So he also believes that the bald guy bears a lot of responsibility for everything that unfolded here, but ultimately he ends up just getting trespassed, and from what I've seen, there was no further punishment to him.
They want to press charges for disorderly just on her, not on this other guy?
No, they're just trespassing.
Okay.
He wants to press charges on this gentleman here because he socked him first, punched him first.
Okay.
So he's getting the charges for the battery on him, and he's getting the felony battery on me.
Yeah, so I'd comfortably say this is one of the worst lottery winners ever. Not only because of his extensive criminal history, like, it's just insulting that this is the person that wins the fucking life-changing money, the largest lottery payout in Kentucky, apparently. But also, he gets that money and still has no change in his ways, comes down here and just immediately starts causing problems, immediately starts trying to fight people, bragging about his winnings, that kind of thing. Oh my God, it's infuriating. So yeah, I think I think he's going to be spending some more time behind bars here. It seems like he's more comfortable there than out in the open air. That's what it looks like. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah. It's so weird how every single game that comes out right now needs to have some kind of grand debate about it. Like, controversy needs to surround every game as gamers desperately try and find something to hate about every single title that comes out. And the latest argument leaving bodies in its wake has to be the dumbest I've seen so far, with people pretending to care about the absence of swimming mechanics in the new Mafia game. I'm starting to think maybe those 5G towers actually did do something to people's brains, because this shit is fried. A clip went viral on Twitter where they showed that Mafia: The Old Country doesn't have swimming. But it turns out it's also incorrect, and there is a swimming animation in the game. It's just this game doesn't use swimming. It's not an open world game in the first place, by the way, yet so many people were outraged and kept shaking their fist and planting their Dorito-crusted swamp ass all over this game's reputation, calling the developers lazy for not adding swimming. This is what's wrong with modern gaming. No swimming. They don't care about the detail. My immersion is ruined. Like, what are you, 6 years old? Your immersion? Well, you need to see the character do a fucking breaststroke in order to clap in your chair and enjoy the game? Like, what the fuck? It is not an open world game. Some of the greatest games of all time don't have swimming in there. I didn't see anyone making a big hoopla when Elden Ring didn't have swimming mechanics and water levels. People just genuinely want every game to fail and will find the most outlandish things to pretend to be upset about in regards to them. I know, that was devastating to look at. What you just bore witness to was Gamers 9/11. No swimming in Mafia the Old Country. Instead, an invisible wall prevents you from frolicking in the sun and splashing around in the water. It's heartbreaking. It's horrifying, actually. I'm gonna have a conniption. Who gives a fuck? This is not an open world game. It is not a series that has ever been known for its swimming. In fact, in the entire Mafia franchise, there is one game that lets you swim in a limited capacity, and it's Mafia 3, the one everybody hates. Like, this is ridiculous to pretend that this matters to you. I don't understand. It's such a stupid thing to get up in arms about, especially because this game is doing exactly what a lot of people have been crying about wanting more of. It is a $50 game, by the way. It is not the overpriced $70 or $80 experiences now that we've been getting fucking shoveled down our throats. It is $50, meaning it is a reasonably priced AAA game, which is extremely refreshing. There's only a handful of these, like notably Expedition 33. And it is also a linear, single-player game with a huge focus on its narrative. Exactly things people have been demanding more of in the AAA space. Now this comes out and people still aren't pleased because they can't go into the deep water. They can't go live out their immersive fantasy of being a mob-associated mermaid. Like, this is stupid. Why bloat a game like this with mechanics that aren't even utilized like swimming? But here's the thing, what's even more fucking crazy. They did add swimming animations to it for the sake of immersion. It's just you can't go out into the sunset like that. You can jump into deep water and you will swim before being brought back to shore. I forgot to turn my face cam off while watching that so you can get the real-time Charles reaction to seeing this riveting piece of information surface about the swimming animation actually being present in Mafia the Old Country, contrary to the popular belief spread around Twitter. And as with everything, it is impossible for people to admit that they were wrong, so when this information hit the mainstream, people said, oh, it's even lazier than I thought. Oh, so there is swimming animations, but it just fades to black and you're back on the dock? Oh my god, this is deplorable. I will never buy another game from this company ever. The laziness is palpable. They're getting paid to do fucking nothing over there. When this is like literally the exact thing tons of other games that are beloved do. Try swimming in Arkham Knight or something. See what happens. It's exactly the same. It's just, people are so desperate to find the most trivial things to harp on for a reason to hate a new game. And this isn't even a game I have any interest in playing myself, by the way. I initially thought it'd be fun to play through, but then when I watched some other streamers play it, it didn't really seem like I'd be overly invested in it. But now, out of pure spite for this controversy, I feel like diving in. It's just so infuriating. Because, I mean, like I said, this game does a lot of things that people have been begging for in the space for a while. Reasonably priced, story-driven, single player. Like, it is people have been hoping for more of those, and now it's here, and it's still not good enough because the swimming wasn't up to their standards. It's just craziness. I find it hard to believe that these are real people. I just have a hard time coming to terms with losers like this actually existing. It's such a meaningless argument to have. Because even if let's say this game did have swimming, there would equally be a chance that it would have been controversial to have swimming because people would say, you can swim in Mafia the Old Country, yet they never use it in the game. What a waste of development time. What a waste of budget. Why even hire people to work on swimming in a game that doesn't use it? Bloat. Like, it could have easily swung the other way, too, if they did have swimming. Like, I've seen that complaint plenty of times from games that offer a ton of mechanics, many of which don't even get utilized. People say it was a waste of time, a waste of resources and money. So, you can't really win. Like, the absence of swimming here is like the most useless shit ever, because in so many games, like I mentioned, you can't swim. It's not like this is exclusive to just this, and it's not exclusive to just modern games either. Go back 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Some of the best games ever made do not have swimming in them. Like, it is just an immutable fact. If a game doesn't require swimming, if it doesn't necessitate having swimming mechanics, why bother putting them in there? It doesn't even do anything for immersion anyway. The only place where you could have swimming and not really need a focus on it would be in like an open world game, which this is not. It is a story-driven, linear, single-player game. So why the fuck would you even bother wasting the time putting it there to begin with? It's just so brain dead. Now, I have been someone that's been pretty vocal about how modern games don't do a lot of the small stuff that older games used to. The best example of this is Left 4 Dead versus Back 4 Blood. Left 4 Dead spent a ton of time crafting really immersive gore elements that really breathed a lot of life into the game. It was extremely impressive and it looked amazing. Back 4 Blood, a much more recent game, like a decade after Left 4 Dead almost, didn't have anything near that level. And it's not just this example, like there are just so many modern games that don't do what a lot of the earlier games did when it comes to like destructible environments or like small things built in the game. Even just super simple stuff like having a plethora of animations that could possibly play depending on where you shoot an enemy or something. Nowadays, instead of spending all of that time and money on those like small elements, they'll focus more on like the big ticket stuff, the big picture things, as opposed to like these really small handcrafted details that used to be more prominent in earlier games. And that is an art that I miss. I wish there was more of it, but this is not an example of that. This is not like a modernized, lazy dev cutting corners type situation. This is literally a game that doesn't use swimming, doesn't need swimming, not having swimming, yet they do still have an animation for it should you choose to jump into the water. So, like, they did actually care about the immersion and detail to at least put in a swimming animation that'll play briefly before getting out of the water. Like, I think they did everything correctly when it comes to that. Anyway, I'll stop yapping about it. This shit is cringe. It was a stupid argument. This should have never been controversial in the first place. It's dumb. That's really about it. So, yeah. There is a pretty big story that's unfolding in the NFL right now with a very famous reporter named Diana Rossini, formerly of SportsCenter fame. Now she's with The Athletic, and she was seen getting real close and comfy with Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach, at a resort. There's quite a few pictures of them together, holding hands, hugging, lounging by the pool in the hot tub, just the two of them. And this is causing quite a stir because Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini are both married to other people. And the evidence provided here is causing a divide, with some claiming that this is clear evidence of cheating and others saying, no, this isn't scandalous, this is actually just normal business etiquette. She's just there trying to get the scoop, and this is just all above board professionalism. It's some spicy, messy shit here, and I really want to go over it, so I'm going to show you everything. Real quick, though, I want to make a mention of something that people keep bringing up on stream, so I'm just going to talk about it real quick in this video. There is a Spotify page called Penguinz0. There's also one for Moist Critical Gaming, and people have stumbled upon it, and a lot of people believe that this is some bad actor nefariously re-uploading all of my shit over there. I just want to make it clear, it's me. Well, actually, Aaron. Aaron was the one that's just been uploading on Spotify. Now it's another friend of ours that does it, but it is actually us doing that. because there's no reason not to do that, especially because of that exploit I talked about a while ago, where there were some bad actors that would re-upload people's audio clips to Spotify in order to copyright claim their actual YouTube videos. So about a year ago, we tried to just get ahead of that when that was starting to pop off, and we just started uploading my full videos over there. So don't panic. It's no one doing anything sketchy. It's just us re-uploading all the content over there, just for the sake of safety, and again, there's really no reason not to. So I guess also shouting out to Spotify here, if you have Spotify and prefer to watch or listen to things over there, videos are available there too. Anyway, let's now dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs here. Diana and Mike were spotted at a luxury hotel a couple weekends ago, and they spent quite a bit of time together, so here's a picture of them holding hands, and then here's them hugging on that same like rooftop area, looking out at the mountains and all of the beautiful green scenery out there. There's also photos of them in the hot tub together and by the pool together, and it's only ever just the two of them. It looks like your fantasy fairy tale vacation getaway. It honestly looks like they're on their honeymoon right now. And obviously this kind of was a big deal because they are both married to other people. And Diana in particular has been kind of vocal dunking on her husband over the years. She actually got a bit of a reputation for clowning on him and seemingly like belittling him publicly in front of the whole world to kind of point and laugh at her husband.
To address this, it happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, "Good luck today. Be great on Get Up." So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
That is heartbreaking to hear. Imagine you sending a text to the love of your life like, "Hey, good luck. I know you're going to kill it today." And then you come home and see that she's just like, "Yeah, I'm married to someone average. If it was someone beautiful, I'd overpost too." Bro, even just like picturing that's got me going into like a fugue state. Like I'm traveling through space and time. Like that is brutal. That is awful. And then you can see under the video there, that's just a screenshot someone had taken where, again, she just publicly clowns on her husband, where someone made a comment saying, "You need a boyfriend," and she says, "Yeah, I tell that to my husband all the time." Ooh-wee, jeepers. Like that, I don't know how that just gets played off as like a joke. That's just a terrible thing to say about your life partner, your fucking supposed soulmate that you're married to just publicly being like, "Yeah, they're average, they're not beautiful or anything. If they were beautiful, I'd probably be posting a lot about them too, but I'm kind of ashamed, so, I throw them into the basement and try and just forget that they exist because they're not beautiful, they're just average." And then like, "Oh yeah, I really need a boyfriend. I keep telling my husband that, haha." That's fucked up, man. And I feel like if a guy went out there and said like, "Oh, my wife, she's a real battle axe. She's not really a looker, so I don't like to post about her," it would be perceived far different than Diana Rossini's clowning on her husband has been. I just don't know who hears that and thinks that it's like, ha ha ha, in good fun. I'm sure her husband also really appreciates when he gets insulted on live TV, and not even like playfully insulted, just called average at best. Your wife going out there on TV in front of the whole world, in front of God and anime, and just say like, "Yeah, my husband's not beautiful, so I don't like to post about him." That's extremely hurtful. Anyway, the point of me showing you this is that in light of these pictures and the story, which we're going to get a little more into the story, it feels believable that she would be unfaithful to her husband because she's made a habit out of publicly belittling him, insulting him, and just point blank saying that she doesn't find him beautiful. It's not like she ever like went back on that. Like, "No, actually my husband is beautiful." She's just like, "No, look, he's average, But I'm average too. We're average together. We're both average in this together. But if he was beautiful, I'd be posting about him a lot. So, like, it's all good. Like, it's all fine. Now, in light of this story blowing up, there has been a statement from the Athletic executive editor Steven Ginsburg saying that the photos are misleading and lack essential context. These were public interactions in front of many people. Diana is a premier journalist covering the NFL, and we're proud to have her at the Athletic. Rossini said in her own statement that many reporters in her field interact with sources outside of stadium and work venues, and the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. So basically they're claiming that there were more people there and this is all just professional. This is something normal that, you know, people in her field interact with sources outside of the stadium, which is very true. That does happen a lot. Sometimes you'll even see them like go hang out at a bar or go out to dinner or something. And that is professional. It's also very different than going to a luxury hotel and holding hands with your source, hugging your source, that kind of thing. Like, that's very different, and they're claiming that there was a group of 6 people with them, but none of the alleged eyewitnesses corroborate that theory, that game theory. According to 3 other eyewitnesses, they told Page 6 that they didn't see Vrabel or Rossini with a group of friends or anything. They said, no, he was with a girl. And the sequence of photographs taken at various points during the day show only the 2 of them. Now, according to a source close to Diana, she was staying at the hotel during a hiking trip with 2 female friends, and Vrabel told Page 6 that they and the coach drove up for the day with another pal and then all drove back to their own hotel some 2 hours away after hanging out. But then, I guess, Diana and Vrabel were just still left alone there at the hotel after their friends all came through and partied and enjoyed their time together. Like, I guess that's the story. Probably worth mentioning that that hotel they stay at, the Ambiente, prides itself on being a romantic getaway, boasting on its website about the 158 proposals that took place in the thousands of anniversaries and honeymoons that have been celebrated at that hotel. Like, that seems to be its main shtick. That's the big thing about this location. So it is a little peculiar that this was the hotel where everyone decided, let's go party at the Ambiente together, and then we're all going to leave except for Mike and Diana. You guys can hang out here. We're going to all drive 2 hours back to the other hotel. It's perplexing. It is a very interesting explanation here. Now, personally, even if that is true, I still think them holding hands and hugging and shit is not for the sake of the story and trying to get information out of her source or anything. That goes way above and beyond the Call of Duty there. That is not something reporters, I believe, typically choose to do. It just doesn't really check out. So personally, I'm of the belief that this is scandalous, especially due to Diana's very open book policy on dunking on her husband. It feels like this is something that is very out of line. I don't think this is something that should be happening between a reporter and their source. If this is actually normal, it shouldn't be, because this does feel like it's a romantic getaway between the 2 of them. I do believe that that's what's happening here. I don't really buy the argument that this is all just normal reporting. I just don't. But I'll go ahead and show you a perspective from someone who does believe that. Another big player in this field.
I don't think we really knew what was going on. Like, that's the first thing. We actually don't know. It's a bunch of still photos. We don't know. And people nowadays jump to conclusions so quickly, myself included. First minute I saw it, I was like, oh, what is she doing, blah, blah. And then I'm like, I don't actually know what was going on. And I talked to a friend of mine, a woman reporter who has been in journalism for a long time, and she's like, I don't want to jump to conclusions either, but it's definitely not smart of her to be in a hot tub at the same time as an NFL coach, so she's covering.
He keeps mentioning the hot tub photos and that it was a bad judgment call to do that. And he's right, that is a bad judgment call to do that, but he also neglects to talk about like the much more romantic photos between the 2 of them, which is the hand holding and the hugging and like longingly gazing out at the open scenery out there, that kind of thing, where it looks like they are a couple. So he is focused on like the hot tub ones and trying to come up with like explanations for how that could be normal for reporting, and I just don't subscribe to that idea at all. He just keeps saying that it wasn't a good idea optics-wise, as opposed to, like, believing something scandalous unfolded.
And I don't disagree. I also think there's a huge double standard. Like if I were doing a story about Mike Vrabel, let's just say I was assigned a piece by The Athletic. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to, why don't you hang out with me at the pool today? You can interview me then. And I'm like, great. I hang out with him for the day on the pool. And at one point he's like, oh, my back stiffens up. I'm going to go in the hot tub. You want to go in the hot tub? And I'll be like, yeah, I have a bad back. Sure. Like nobody would be like, reporter Jeff Pearlman has cozy relationship with Mike Vrabel. It is a woman thing. And it is unfair, but a reality for women reporters that they really have to be, it's unfair, but cautious.
That example completely falls apart, though, when you look at the other photos of them together. Jeff, if there were photos of you and Vrabel hanging out by the pool, fucking drinking brewskis, giggling, whatever, and then going into the hot tub, just hanging out, posting up just two bros being dudes, that's one thing. And you're right, no one's going to be like, Mike and Jeff here are canoodling. But if there are then also photos of the two of you holding hands and maybe you nuzzling your head onto his chest as he's embracing you tightly with a big hug, like in the photos of him and Diana, then there definitely would be people that are saying, you have a very cozy relationship with Mike. This feels as though it is something more romantic as opposed to professional. 1000%, Jeff. That would absolutely happen. Because there's no way of explaining why you'd be holding hands and hugging each other. What? Did Mike's hands start cramping up so you were massaging them? Is that why they were holding hands? His hands just, they were cold, so they needed some body heat? Or what about like the big hug? Was this like an action shot and Mike had stumbled over, he slipped on a banana peel and was falling, so then he grabbed on to Diana and the two just ended up like hugging in order to balance out Mike? I doubt it. There's no real explanation for that other than just being cozy, Jeff.
When writing about, in particular, men. And like, if I was doing a Sean McVay profile and Sean McVay was like, why don't we just meet and we'll just go out to dinner and grab a bite? I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, sure. But if a woman reporter is seen with Mike Vrabel out at a restaurant, you could easily see, page 6, photos of Mike Vrabel with this reporter. Is this an affair? What is this?
I don't really think that example works all that well because reporters going out to dinner with the person they're interviewing is already normalized for both men and women. And yes, there definitely will be some people that make the assumption like, oh, this celebrity was with this reporter at dinner by candlelight, thus they must be dating, this must be some kind of, big nefarious affair. But that's a much bigger assumption to make. Like, that one is more of a leap because that is something that does actively happen often with both men and women reporters. What doesn't happen often is what we're seeing here with Diana and Mike, with the holding hands, hugging, that kind of thing, at a resort known for, like, honeymoons and getaways and proposals and stuff like that. A romantic resort getaway where it is only the two of them that are seen. The other people, there's no evidence that they were actually there, at least not from everything that's available at this moment, other than people claiming that they were there, like the individuals claiming that they were there. None of the eyewitnesses note that there was anyone besides the two of them. That is much different than just going to dinner with your source.
So it's just such a painful double standard. Another thing is she has a very long, high-quality reputation. And I'm just not willing to jump on there was something nefarious going on here. They're having an affair, they're having a scandal, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not there. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not taking a bunch of photos and doing what we do in 2026, jumping all over it. If there was video, I guess maybe, if one of them admitted it, if the spouse, blah, blah, blah. I just don't know. Now, all that being said, is it smart of her to go in a hot tub with an NFL coach? I know it's unfair, but no.
Again, he is so fixated on just the hot tub photo. I don't know if that's all he saw is like the pool and hot tub photo and he didn't see the others. I really don't know, but that's not like the most telling one, I would argue. Again, it's very possible they're not having an affair, but this behavior is certainly not professional and it is very weird to be acting this way with your source. Anyway, I'm sure there will be additional information on the relationship between these two, and I'm going to keep paying attention to it because I'm actually pretty interested to see how it all unfolds here. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. Mind's eye is the gift that just keeps on giving. And by gift, I mean coal. Like if Santa brought you a lump of coal under your Christmas tree because you were naughty. This game came out, was terrible. Everyone hated it except for a few people in Arkham Asylum that for some reason found a few things to like about it. But the King of Clowns, Leslie Benzies, who was a video game legend, literally worked on some of the most iconic games we've ever been blessed with from Rockstar. He is the mastermind behind Mind's Eye, and he's the face of it. And this man's got his nipples fucking twisted here by Itachi, trapping him in a genjutsu that's lasting his whole life, it seems. Because since Mind's Eye came out and was a big dud, thumbs down from everyone, he refuses to accept the reality that the game just is bad. So it comes up with all of these excuses, and the big one is that the game was sabotaged from within. And now I just learned that his company is engaged in a lawsuit from employees that allege that they installed spyware onto all of their devices that was recording conversations, keystrokes, everything, because of this douchebag's like crazy paranoia, it seems. And he still, to this day, will not let it go. He still believes that the game is a masterpiece and we just can't understand it, and he is so convinced that sabotage is the reason why it has bad reviews that he just farted out a DLC for Mind's Eye, which, mind you, not a single soul on this planet was salivating for. No one wants more Mind's Eye. Please, God, put it back. But he released a DLC for Mind's Eye called Blacklisted, based on the true story of how Mind's Eye, the game, was sabotaged from within. So it's a game about what he believes happened with Mind's Eye, where people, saboteurs, were at work, the puppet masters. And he actually even uses real employee names as villains in the DLC, apparently. Fucking diabolical. I haven't played it yet. I'm playing through Saros right now, so maybe after Saros I'll give it a whirl to just see how unhinged it is. But anyway, I want to show you a bit of the lawsuit. I was going over it on stream last night. It is nuts. I think you can make a very strong argument that Mind's Eye is more pathetic than Concord. Yes, the budget wasn't as high as Concord, and yes, it didn't shut down in 2 weeks like Concord, but at the very least, Concord had the wherewithal to just quietly pass away and just fade from existence. Mind's Eye, Leslie Benzies keeps stomping his feet and yelling and screaming about it. It's the result of sabotage. There's a great game here. You guys just don't see it. You guys are wrong. You've been misled by sabotage. That kind of thing. At least Concord, no one's doing that, at the very least. Mind's Eye studio employees sue management over installing secret monitoring software on staff devices. Group of unionized employees at Build a Rocket Boy, Barb, studio behind Mind's Eye, have initiated legal proceedings against the company. They allege that management installed invasive surveillance software on their devices without proper consent, violating UK data protection laws. This marks the second major legal confrontation between staff and leadership in under a year. It was all in the pursuit of greatness that is Mind's Eye. Sacrifices must be made to achieve this level of quality. I don't know what they don't understand. It was Terramind, a monitoring tool capable of tracking keystrokes, capturing screens, and recording microphone audio. Wow. Had to make sure it wasn't leaking to Rockstar. They were really sweating Mind's Eye. The GTA killer. He's gone full psycho. In the DLC mission, he put real devs' names in there as enemies. No shot. I know one of the DLCs was apparently about, like, the sabotage.
There's a lot of discussion and a lot...
I know that, but there's no way he used real devs' names here. It's not even fun as a joke. I mean, playing through Mind's Eye was fun bad, but I'm not doing the DLC. Build a Rocket Boy's toxic culture of secrecy and micromanaging, one of the worst I've seen in 20-year career in the gaming industry. While they have conceded to our headline demand of removing Terramind from our devices, many questions still remain about their actions. Man, he actually did go full fucking psycho. What happened to this guy? In a leaked internal meeting cited in the legal filing, CEO Mark Gerhard and founder Leslie Benzies confirmed the software had been installed without workers' prior knowledge. The IWGB argues that this practice exceeds the legitimate remit of monitoring workers' productivity. Legal experts note that failing to notify employees breaches Article 13 of UK GDPR, which requires employees to provide transparent information about data processing. Employers, excuse me. He used to be a legend. Leslie did used to be a legend. Now he's a fucking paranoid clown. He still maintains that the reason Mind's Eye flopped was sabotage. It's so wild. He worked on like every Rockstar game, by the way. I know. The first thing that comes up, I was trying to just make a tab to remind myself, but then this article is the first one that comes up about how it's sharing evidence of the sabotage. Crazy. Oh yeah, here it is. He really is committing to it. We will use these people, these names, and these facts for our own fun. We're gonna put some of these names into our upcoming spy mission. What a freak. You made a shit game. It's not saboteurs, bro. Your game is ass. Holy delusion. Oh my god. We've got very strong evidence of this and conducted quite thorough investigations over the months since launch. We've identified parties involved and now it's with the authorities both in the UK and US to deal with. You installed surveillance hardware, surveillance spyware into your employees' machines illegally and are getting sued for it. What evidence could you have possibly gathered other than your employees saying, man, this shit is trash, but I need my paycheck, so I gotta work on it? Like, that's gonna be it. If anyone's doing the sabotage, it's him. He actually think there's gonna be fucking arrests. We'll leave it to them to do what they do, make their arrests or any announcements in due course. I think we're not saying anything further at this stage on that. We'll just let the natural course of justice take its path. I am so curious to see what evidence of sabotage they have. Maybe I will play the DLC. I am beyond curious what sabotage he thinks happens. Because he played the game. He played the game, he's like, yep, this is it. This is the game I want to ship. This is the game I want to charge fucking $60, $70 for, whatever it was, I forgot now. This is the one. He played it. He didn't say, man, this game is shit, don't play it, I can't release it in this state, sabotage has occurred, I can't release it. He played the trash. And now he's grasping at straws. You play Kingdom Hearts for the gaming channel? Maybe 1 and 2, but I'm never touching 3 again. 3 is terrible. It's the mind's eye of Kingdom Hearts. So I decided to look at a Let's Play for Blacklisted just to get an idea for what they were going for here and how it tied into the story they wanted to tell about their perceived sabotage, which again, I have seen no proof of. Leslie Benzie has hinted that it was Rockstar sabotaging them from within. He said that, well, hinted at that previously, like alluded to it. But I've seen no evidence of anything, not even an iota, not even a morsel of evidence to confirm that theory. The game's just bad. Like, full stop, it's just bad. And they had to have known it wasn't very good before they shipped it out, but they still shipped it out with all of its problems. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I checked out Let's Plays for Blacklisted, and it's only like 30 or 45 minutes long. There's one guy beat it in 31 minutes, someone else beat it in 45 minutes. I thought it was going to be a huge content drop, but it's not. It's like a tiny tiddlywink here. Granted, they also did like some bug fixes to the base game, but the way that this was portrayed, I thought this was going to be like a, multi-hour, mission that goes through this elaborate story of sabotage. And from what I was watching, it like doesn't even really do that either. It like loosely says this company is being attacked from within as well, from a ring of rich saboteurs. And then apparently there's even like a jab at Rockstar buried somewhere in there, but I haven't found that. I've just seen people claim it, so I don't know if that's true or not. But from what I was watching, it doesn't even really touch on anything that Leslie Benzies has alluded to with the sabotage. So the whole thing is a fucking mystery to me. I don't know what is being smoked over there by Leslie, but it's some strong stuff. Anyway, I had to yap about this. I might try the Blacklisted DLC after Saros. We'll see. If I think it could be fun bad, I'll give it a whirl. But anyway, that's really about it. See ya. What is he turning off, you ask yourself? Hopefully not his contagious smile. Don't worry, that's going to be sticking around. What won't be sticking around, what I'm turning off, is pretty much every way of donating money to me. I'm disabling YouTube channel memberships and super chats. I tried to find a way to do this for Twitch since I multi-stream. I didn't want Twitch to have a way of doing this either, but Twitch is a little special. Once they get you in those nipple clamps, you are not getting out. Once you opt into like the partner program or whatever, you can't turn off bits or subs. The only way out is in a fucking coffin. But I do think I found a solution for bits where I set the minimum so incredibly high that I imagine nobody's going to spend that kind of money, I would hope. But for subs, I can't get rid of that. If I could, I would say toodaloo, give it a strong slap on the ass, tell it good game and goodbye. But from what I can tell, there's a lot of hoops to jump through in order to accomplish that, so I'm just urging you, don't sub or anything like that on Twitch. And the reason why I'm disabling all of these things and discouraging these things is because I just don't want people to donate money to me anymore. I don't want that. I'm putting the kibosh on it. I felt uneasy about it for a while, but I convinced myself that I could deliver something that made it valuable for people that were donating. So like YouTube channel memberships. I had all these big ideas for content I'd do at the farm for members, but what I didn't account for is just how much we do at the farm and how time consuming that is. So I haven't been able to film any of that. So you are basically paying money for nothing. And it's not just YouTube memberships that were getting a bad deal. Twitch subs too. All you get there is some emotes. Whoopee! Yeah, amazing. Yeah, some emotes that I haven't updated in like 4 years that are probably still locked at like negative 240p on some of the older ones. Like it is literally just money for nothing. And it's just been really bothering me lately. I would much rather you hold on to your money. Now more than ever with how everything's been going. I think it is crucial you get your finances in a fucking full Nelson and you just don't let those puppies fly willy-nilly donating clams to a goofball like me. If you're someone who just has all this money and it's burning a hole in your pocket, you have to donate it. You know, you have this insatiable appetite to just part ways with this money. Donate it to a charitable cause instead. There are so many good charities doing extremely good work that could be benefited greatly from your contribution. Like maybe you'd want to donate to a charity that's doing extremely important work in Gaza. Like that would be a significantly better use of that money than donating it to me. Like I would much rather it go to other organizations or other people in need instead of finding its way to me for literally nothing. Like, there are just so many better options for your money than giving it to me. I really, it's time I pull the plug on the ability to even do that. I have openly discouraged it for a long time, saying that what I do is free. You don't need to donate or anything like that. But people do still engage with it. And I want to just take that off of the table now. I feel like this is long overdue. It's something I should have done a while ago, but I had convinced myself I could deliver something of value to people that were paying, and I don't think there's any value in giving money during a stream to get my attention so that way I talk about it for a second. That's just not a good use of your money. I also don't think I was giving anything of value to, like, members with, members content or anything. Plus, I never wanted to give the perception that I was paywalling content in the first place. The idea was always like, little bonuses and stuff or unedited videos for a time. But then with the way YouTube works, that was getting recommended as though they were like real videos that were being paywalled from just normal subscribers unless you forked over some doubloons. Actually, Linus Tech Tips just made a video kind of talking about that yesterday. Anyway, I won't yap your ear off too much longer on this, but I want to conclude here with a call to inaction, I suppose. Since I couldn't turn off Twitch subs, I just want to strongly urge you, do not waste your money subbing to me on Twitch. This isn't reverse psychology. I'm not trying to get into your noodle and rearrange neurons in a confusing, complex gambit here. I am just asking you honestly not to. As I've said from the beginning, all of this that I do here is meant to be consumed for free. So please just consume it for free. Please. And again, if you do want to donate money, please do it to a charitable cause instead of me. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Hey, what's up everybody, it's Critical. This is episode 12 of my series entitled Fun Tactics. The name of this episode is Dropping Bombs. Now what this is using C4 on any class. Get in the helicopter, get in the passenger seat, and then start throwing C4 out the side. However, what you have to do is you have to make sure the C4 hits your helicopter, because if it hits your helicopter, that means it fell through. you can't aim out the sides or else it just gets stuck. Like right here, I pick up a triple kill. Just make sure when you're doing this to have improved demolitions and explosion upgrade, and definitely make sure to start throwing as low as you can possibly aim, and make sure that it looks like the C4 is inside your helicopter, but it's really just an illusion and it's actually falling. And then just detonate the C4 and you're guaranteed to take a giant shit on at least one person, because the explosion is pretty ridiculous. Oh, this is a lot of fun, and if you just want to mess around, I'd suggest doing this. So yeah, that's about it. Alright, remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you like this series and want to see more videos from the series, and also send me messages with suggestions for future episodes. See you.
After so many years, Skate 4 has finally come out into early access. And there's a lot of fiery debate around this, with some people believing that it's terrible and some saying that it's great. I played it for 2 hours last night, and I think, above all else, the game is just malnourished. Like, there's not a whole lot to do in it. Like, I feel pretty confident I got everything this game currently has to offer in just those 2 hours. Luckily, it is free. Like, I didn't have to pay for the early access or anything like that, so that's nice. The gameplay loop is, you go do the challenges, which levels up your store. Rinse and repeat, so then you just get, like, cosmetics. That seems to be all that is offered in here. It's just a big, giant sandbox, which does have its perks. Like, it is fun. Like, the gameplay is fun. The glitches in this game carry it, though. This game has glitches I've never seen before in any other game. Even by, like, Skate standards, where there are some fucking unbelievable glitches in, like, Skate 3, this blows it out of the water. I had so much fun with the glitches, probably more so than anything else. Now, overall, I think the game is fine. Like, I don't love it, but I didn't dislike it either. It just doesn't have a whole lot to do in it right now. Even by early access standards, this feels really early. I do hate the art style, though. I'll tell you that much. I do not like the way the game looks. But let me show you all of the clips here. It's mainly me doing all of, like, the wacky movement tech. But like I said, the skating does feel good. Like, I don't think they've ruined the feeling of skateboarding here. It's kind of overshadowed by how much more fun the glitches are to do. They probably got 2019 guy in here. Something in my bones tells me. Now this is a skater. Oh, he feels fast. Holy shit. Look at him running at you. Like Dobby coming after you. Why do I feel like I'm running so fast? Everything's like blurring around me. I feel like I'm leaving an after image. Maybe putting on this FOV was a mistake. Actually, it's kind of cool. I got like fucking speed lines coming off me. Oh! Oh, here we go. So this is how you do like the speed tech.
Let's give it another go.
I've seen this online. So this is actually faster than skating. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog strats. This is it right here. I've immediately got it. I think it's cool. I saw people were bitching about it online. I think it's cool. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. Don't do it. Skate around. I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna use the shit out of it. Ah, fuck. Shit.
Local knowledge update.
What's the
resilience is Sandvan's.
Is it the same
The next part of the
inputs
is about carving and
for like laser flips and all that shit? Nice. A good one for the highlight reel. Yeah, I don't like the art style very much, but I knew I wasn't going to based on all the footage I'd already seen.
Key to open.
There it is, there it is! Yeah!
Hear the wonderfully abrasive sound of trucks grinding.
I just need to get consistent with that.
Timing your ollies is the key to our next bag of tricks. Grind.
Hold on, I'll grind in a minute. I'm working on new tech. I'm soaping. Bro's gotta invent a BLJ strap for Skate 4. Oh, so true.
2 out of 3. Keep on grinding.
My third grind, big one.
Verified grindage. Now I've got something a bit more challenging.
Is it this? That was a pretty cool trick, actually.
Each one highlights a different aspect of what makes San Van so special to skaters. Completing challenges earns reputation. The more rep you've got, the more challenges the SVCC will throw your way. They want you amping the local scene.
Man, look at that shit. Look how much speed I generate from that. There's probably gonna be some crazy tech with that.
Picking up the newest stuff at Extrovert.
I got it once and now I can't get it again. Fuck! Okay, there it is, there it is, there it is. I was doing it too quick. You have to wait a little while. That's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. That's skating. That's going on the cover of Thrasher.
You're done to continue the tour.
I'm done. I'm wearing my rare shirt now. My rare blue shirt.
Perfect. I've got more challenges to or do the craziest tricks and trick sequences. Let's give it a shot.
Alright, I'm gonna own this spot forever. No one else is allowed to take this one from me.
How about starting simple? Remember your ollies?
Ah, it's mine!
Nice work. Do it.
I thought it was right after a jump, but I can only get it to super jump me sometimes. Launch! Damn it. Do you know it, Scoots? It's pretty cool. This is what skating culture is all about. Alright, flip trick. Don't mind if I do. Little spin. For your mother. Manual plus emote equals space travel. Oh my god, Dankin. What a cool character. Those are some awesome tricks you're doing. What the fuck? Wait. That was the most gnarly trick I've ever seen! He went straight to the Lord's right side. How did he do that? And now he's sleeping. What an adventure he's gone on. Press triangle with right stick halfway down. Then when all wheels hit the ground, pull all the way down, then emote. Okay. No. Okay, I didn't think so. Wait, I think I got it. Am I T-posing? I can see my nutsack. I think I got it. Yeah, there I go. Ah, much better. See, now we can finally skate. I think I see the timing now. Nice! This is what it's all about? Like an ODST trooper coming in. Can't really do much from here except shake my head. Oh, wait, this is like a good way of getting on top of buildings for some cool tricks. I'm gonna make a marker. Well, I'm gonna try something up here. Well, I didn't get the full rotation there. Hold on. That's so good. That's so cool. That goes ballistic. Oh man, I can even like roll sideways on things. Oh wait, I'm on the cusp of a big discovery. I'll make a fucking tornado in here. Yeah, that reaches. It's gonna be hard to get anything else off of it, but I think I'm setting up for something huge here. Stay against it, stay against it. Oh, someone already did it. Scoots already beat me to it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Put a ramp there so you can go straight from it. Perfect, he already did it. Alright, huge potential here. Ugh. I wanted to do a variable. Oh! There's a laser flip. No, just... Oh, no. I drifted too much. I'm gonna have the craziest fucking line here, I swear to God. There we go. I'm actually perfectly lined up, I think. Nope. I'm starting to think maybe it's too much speed no matter how you do it here. Oh, can you imagine? Yeah, that's about as perfectly lined up as you can get. It's just too much speed. We break the sound barrier on the way down, reaching terminal velocity. Fuck! That would have been crazy, though. The FOV setting you're looking for is maintain camera distance. The fuck? Maintain camera distance. I'm not looking for any FOV changes. I love this shit. I'm playing through the fisheye. Alright, let's see where the winds take me. Oh, now that looks cool. That's a fucking album cover right there. That's nice. Now that's a fucking line right there. Holy. Huge! Straight into the dumpster? Wait a minute. That kind of goes crazy. This is the classic even flow. Oh my god, wait, I can immediately see a cool combo out of this. Now what? I'm trying to go from Christ Air into Belly Slide. But I can't quite reach it. Because I keep ending up like fucking turning turtle there. I don't know, I feel like they dropped the ball at this game. No skate, no spot battle, no Hall of Meat. Just feels like sandbox, Tony Hawk, not a skate game. That I can definitely see. Like, I agree. Like, I do think the gameplay is solid. I really love the glitches. The glitches are fucking amazing. That being said, this feels so incomplete even for early access standards. The gameplay loop is you go do the challenges. When you finish the challenge, you unlock more in the shop. That's it. It's a little underwhelming. I think they probably should have waited till they had a little more meat on its bones. I think this is still a little too early. Are you mad right now? Do you want to be? I saw a video today that was pretty infuriating. This lady is behind the wheel of a rented vehicle from Turo. This is allegedly posted by the owner of that vehicle after, spoiler alert, she gets into an accident here and then tries to lie about what happened. This was posted in response to that to show what actually happened, and if you've got some keen peepers on you, the astute observers may have noticed she's texting while driving. But to be honest, I don't even think that's accurate to say because she is doing more texting than driving, so she's like occasionally splicing in some driving between her texts. It seems like she's in some kind of heated argument, and that is like her primary focus is sending these text messages while on the road. I'm sure I don't need to educate you on the dangers of texting while driving. I'm not the DMV. I'm also not your dad. I imagine most of you know that, and this is one of the most egregious examples of texting while driving I've ever seen. She could easily have just pulled over and sent those messages if it's that urgent, but instead she said, fuck it, we'll do it live, so she's doing it while on the road, risking her life and the life of those around her. I guess she's really got places to be in those messages. That's like fucking utmost importance. If you're not first, you're last. If you're not pooping, you're shitting. Even while her car is veering off the road and blasting a mailbox, she is firmly grasping that phone. She is gripping the shit out of that. She still will not set it down in the act of crashing this vehicle. She treated that phone like it was the fucking Tesseract there. She was not parting with it. It's not until it is finally stopped that she sets the phone down and then puts her head in her hands and then immediately picks the phone back up after like 3 seconds. It's like she can't be separated from it. It's her fucking umbilical cord. It's unreal. It's actually a miracle she didn't just have a head-on collision here. I counted too. She looked up from her phone only 5 times in the amount of time that she spent on that single lane there. So she spent the vast majority of her time there, behind the wheel, looking at the phone, glued to it. In fact, she even double-fisted the phone at one point to get two-thumb action in there. No hands on the wheel, not looking up at the road. It is actually an act of God that she didn't kill herself or somebody else there. Just an unsuspecting, innocent car that she could have easily veered to the left instead of the right and just hit with a head-on collision, which would have potentially been fatal. Also, her squeals that she lets out, oh man, that is ear-piercing. And then she has like that full-blown like angry middle-aged mom scream after it like comes to a stop when it's entirely her fault. Apparently, again, the story is she's like a nurse practitioner and lied to the Turo owner here of this vehicle about what happened and why the car got crashed. I haven't seen too many details on all of that, but it's entirely her fault. You can see here in the footage, she is texting the vast majority of the time that she spends on the road. And I imagine this isn't an isolated incident. This is probably how she goes about her daily commutes. You can tell people till the cows come home how dangerous and bad it is to text and drive, but then you're still going to have people like this doing it. And it's actually, to me, it seems like becoming more common. Like, I know there was, like, even a trend a little while ago for streamers to do, like, car streams, and in some of them, they were just texting and reading the chat while driving. Like, while being filmed doing it. So it seems like people don't really grasp how important it is to not drive distracted. But anyway, this is probably the most egregious example of it that I've seen. This is unhinged. It's like she totally forgot she was operating a motor vehicle. She was so engrossed in her phone. That took priority over everyone's lives around her and her own life. Now, I don't know what the outcome of all of this was. There's not a ton of information I can find on it, other than, like, she's apparently a nurse practitioner and apparently lied about how the car got crashed. But the owner of the vehicle had the interior-facing dash cam as well as the other dash cam. People were debating if that's even legal to have, like, a rented car with an interior-facing dash cam. I looked it up. It is, but you just need to disclose to the renter that it's there, which I imagine is part of like the signed contract between them or something. I've never used Turo. I'm not super familiar with it, but it seems like the owner is well within the right to do that, and I could definitely see why people that are renting their car out might want that as like a bit of a security measure here, as this case beautifully illustrates, where your car gets wrecked and then all of a sudden the person that was driving it starts farting out a fairy tale about how it's not their fault, and then you've got no evidence that it was their fault, so now you're stuck with your dick in your hand and you're going to have to pay for that most likely. So I can see why you would want that there, and in this case it probably saved them a huge headache because they can instantly point to this as her fault, because it is her fault. Entirely her fault. Anyway though, enough blabbering about it from me today. A little PSA for you. Don't text and drive. That's really about it. See ya.
What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Need for Speed 2 for the PlayStation. Let's do this shit. My race car this afternoon is just a standard dinosaur. Should be a tooth and nail battle for first place. Let's go! It's not even pumping its feet to accelerate, it's using the fucking power of the force. But at 100 miles an hour, you can't argue with the results. Fucking incredible. Doesn't stand a chance, it just doesn't stand a chance. Oh shit. Impending decapitation! Just missed it. Oh fuck. He took that like a champ, he just phased right through it. No need to be alarmed, just checking out the sights. Where the fuck are we racing? Airbender Nation? Oh, there we go, out of the tunnel finally. Doesn't have a chance. If you've seen Jurassic Park, then you'll know. You're about to get some T-Rex ass cheeks up in your shithole. Come here! You're finished! I'm losing balance. Balance has been lost. I'm tumbling. I'm stumbling. Swift recovery. I definitely took the brunt of that, but This T-Rex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Imagine if this dinosaur was your grandfather. You'd have the fastest grandfather on Earth. This dinosaur is zooming at 183 miles per hour. That was a pitiful clothesline by the building. 6th place out of 8, that's not bad. Those are legs on a dinosaur. They're dinosaur legs. That T-Rex has legs of a dinosaur. No one can escape the terror of a newsstand. They can run and they can hide, but no matter what, the newsstand will find them. If they think for 1 second they're safe, it's the last mistake they ever make. The newsstand will be there. If you see a newsstand coming after you, you may as well just give up because it's already too late. Would you like a sneak peek at tomorrow's headlines? Newsstand pulverizes blue car. Ah, fuck. Shit. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. If they don't want to come get the news, I'll deliver the news right to them. They will receive their daily dose of news, brought to them by the newsstand. What the fuck is this? He's holding a grudge. That's it? You have woken up a bull that shits. Eat this. He tripped me. He fucking tripped me. Yellow card his ass. Alright, he's going down. Come here, bitch. We're jousting. You're finished. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 20-mile-an-hour collision. I'll be surprised if that car's not blown up. You can piss on a walkie-talkie all you want, but it won't help you here. Special delivery! If you think your Hot Wheels toy can outrun 18th century engineering, you're fucking wrong. Cowabunga! Oh shit! Gravity's taking us for a ride, but we're back on track. Alright, press forward. Enemy spotted. Currently scooting through bowl of rice. I am in pursuit. ETA, 1 minute 30. Fuck! Damn it! I have lost contact with the enemy. Longitude and latitude unknown. Destination unknown. Purpose unknown. Temperature of my nipples known. About 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. I'm sure you've seen a log rolling down a hill, but you have never seen a hill rolling down a log. Fuck it, this log's just going really fast. Oh shit! It's like a giant battering ram. I ended up catapulting him further ahead. Doesn't matter, this is the fastest log in existence. Damn it! Oh shit, I'm losing control of the oak. The oak is out of my jurisdiction. It's operating under its own free will. Wait a minute, there we go. We're back in business. Fuck you, sign. Trying to tell a log to slow down to 60 miles an hour. You should be ashamed. This is a fast piece of wood and the tree it comes from should be proud. Airborne! Sticks to landing. The tunnel of wooden slaughter. You've entered it. Oh, yes. No amount of workshop can prepare you for when wood strikes back. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You think you can turn invisible and escape? You're mistaken. You will not be victorious. Shortcut. Yes. Oh, shit. Spectacular acrobatics. It did like a fucking BMX knack-knack, but I guess the friction was too much and the wood caught on fire. You think you can escape me by going into this giant sandcastle? Is that the impression you're under? You're under the wrong impression then, son of a bitch. Home field advantage. You better call your employer, tell him you're fucked. Trees, lend me the power of oak. We didn't stay in that forest very long. What the fuck? I'm going to take first place. Come here. Come here. I'm making the push. I'm in first place. I'm in first place. I was in first place. It doesn't matter. I was in first place. All these people in these houses over here looking out their windows saying, yep, that's the log that was in first place. I'm not racing as just any old outhouse. I am Turbo Shitter. I'm gonna take the racing circuit by storm, son of a bitch! All part of the plan, just making sure that house had a shitter that was up to code. When racing against Turbo Shitter, don't forget to flush your hopes of winning down the drain. Just making sure the moon had a quality shitter. What the fuck is this cave? Ah, damn it! This cave is fucking producing lightning. This cave is having its own little party in here. What is this? Snow? This seems like a job for Turbo Shitter. You are an obsolete automobile. Mobile outhouses are the future. Oh, son of a bitch! Damn it! No, damn it! Just keep the seat down and put your toilet wheels on the ground. Come on. That's day one shit. That's basic. Oh, who the fuck puts landmines on the racetrack? Oh, this is absurd, absolutely preposterous. I spy a weakness in their defense. They pushed me. Too much speed, we're flying. Turbo shitter, no! I'm gonna take first place, it's not too late to win this race. Shit, nope, just taking a shortcut, that's all. Ooh! He just hit a fucking stalagmite. May titties guide you, soldier. Fourth place, that's not too bad. I expected more from an outhouse, but overall that's a pretty solid performance. Alright, well I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. No long-winded intro, I'm hugging my knees to my chest in the cannonball position diving in. New Avatar movie just came out, and it is the lowest rated one so far, which was pretty surprising to see. Now, I just got back from it. It's 3:30 a.m. The long movie, I saw it at 10:45 p.m., and I'm gonna go on a little tangent real quick. I already said no long-winded intro, but I'm immediately sinning, because I have to just complain about how long previews are. I've made a habit out of timing each experience with previews before a film. On average, it's about 21 minutes worth of previews before the movie starts. In rare cases, I've had it go up to like 26, 28, and even one time 30. This time around, though, this rodeo lasted quite a while because they had like an extended preview. I felt like I was watching a whole nother movie for The Odyssey. They played what felt like a 10-minute full sequence there before this movie. Now, luckily, it slapped. But Jiminy Christmas, the movie didn't start until significantly later than even I expected, knowing full well the average of preview duration. So it was a late evening here watching this film. Anyway, in order to talk about some of the things I want to, I'm going to need to get into spoilers. So this is your spoiler warning here. Spoilers going to be flying out the wazoo. Alright, I've warned you now. Overall, I liked the movie. I think it was entertaining. It was solid. There's nothing bad about it. By no means is there anything in here that I think isn't good. But honestly, I think it does deserve to be the lowest rated in the franchise right now, and I'll tell you why. My biggest complaint. This movie is extremely safe. Not only is it extremely safe, but it is extremely derivative of the previous two films. It doesn't introduce any new thematic elements or anything, and it borrows heavily from the first and especially the second. In the final act of this film, it is almost beat for beat, bar for bar, where the water concludes itself, minus one very important emotional high that the second film had. And that was an important character death. An emotional moment that I didn't see coming, that was a surprising death that felt very impactful and intense and carried a lot of weight. This film doesn't have that. There was no part in this film where I really thought any of the core cast was in danger, even knowing in the second movie they made that bold decision that caught me with my pants down when they killed one of the brothers. Here, the whole film felt just very much like James Cameron being comfortable. It's clear he knows what works, and in this film it also still works. But we've seen it before twice now, and he doesn't go out of his cozy comfort zone. He's perfectly content to just cuddle up with all of the same things that we've gotten from the first two without introducing anything else. And for me, that's just a little deflating because for this film, I thought there were quite a few moments with a lot of potential to really wow you. And I thought that's what this would be going into it, given where Way of Water stops. I thought there was going to be like really, high stakes, big, bold chances taken with this movie, and it's just not. I expected this film to focus on fire, the same way that the second film focused on water, and I thought that was going to be like super hype, and we'd see a lot of like new creatures, a lot of like new imaginative things about this world. Like Where the Water introduced, where so many things just felt new and fresh, and like we were going on a brand new adventure in this brand new part of a world we hadn't seen in so long, and it felt so fresh and exciting, filled with creativity and imaginative things and creatures that inhabited it. It just felt so alive and so different. But this movie
it's recycling all of the same, not only like locations as Way of the Water, but also a lot of the same things that happen in Way of the Water. So you're seeing the same creatures, the same things that you already saw in Way of the Water, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I just really thought this was going to be like exploring another new side of this beautiful world James Cameron crafted. I thought this was going to be about like the fire and like this group of Ash Navi. Because like it seemed like they started to do that when she was telling her story. They show like a really beautiful, quick thing about where they are and the fire, the catastrophe they survived. But then it goes right back to the water. And the entire final fight and pretty much all of the fighting and everything happens in the same exact water, the same exact area that it did in the second film. So it just feels like we've been there, done that. But like I said, there's nothing bad about it. And in fact, I would actually argue this is the most visually breathtaking in the Avatar franchise. The visual spectacle in here, zoinks. It is incredible. And I really love the introduction of the new Na'vi that we see here, the Ash Navi, where they've completely forsaken Awa. They're no longer like very spiritual or anything like that. They're very much like, I'm gonna fuck you up, carve your scalp, let it all burn type thing. Which I think is a great contrast to all the other Na'vi we've seen till this point. And they team up with the Colonel, and there's a really great dynamic with the Colonel where, he does just have the memories of a dead man. He's not actually that guy anymore. He's just not that guy, pal. And Jake is constantly trying to get that through to him, and you do see it start to weigh on him. I thought that was a really cool idea they were exploring there, and I'm excited to see where else that maybe goes. Spider is also a character that I thought was great in the second film and has an even bigger role in this one. But I will say, they make a decision with Spider, and the only family he's never ever known is the Na'vi, the Sully family. That is his family, but he is an alien to them. He has to have a mask on at all times because he can't breathe their air. It's poison. So even though they accept him as a member of the family, he feels like he's a member of the family, there is just this very obvious distinction that he isn't. And I thought that was a really interesting idea. In this film, it overwrites that, where pretty early on, something happens where he does get the ability to breathe their air, so he no longer needs their mask, and that also comes with the thing on the back of his head that I'm blanking on the name of. I was going to call it the Kundalini, but I know that's not it. The Kundalini is from that rabbit hole that we went down on stream a long time ago about that serpent in your spine that can make you come by thinking really hard or whatever. I can't remember what it's called in the film, but he gets that, so he can breathe their air, huff it all in, no problem. He can jack into all life on the planet, connect to the animals, the spirits, everything. So for all intents and purposes, Spider is now a Na'vi in everything except skin color. Which in and of itself is a cool idea, and I think it is a natural progression of the character, but I really liked what I thought Way of Water was setting up for him, where the idea is, you don't have to look like your family, or you don't have to be able to do all the things that your family can do to still be a member of the family. I thought that was going to be an interesting thing that they play around with, but here they do kind of abandon that, and he is just a full Na'vi, basically. Which in and of itself has a lot of cool things about it, so I don't have like a huge issue with the direction or anything like that, but I don't know, I think it would have just hit harder if it didn't end up going kind of similarly to how Jake Sully did, where he does just become a Na'vi. Well, the same thing is happening now to Spider. He did just become a Na'vi. The only difference is he didn't grow fucking 5 feet and get blue skin, but he still has everything else there. Again, not the biggest deal in the world, because I think there is a lot of cool things they did with it in this movie, and I imagine more they'll explore in the future. I just feel like it would have been really interesting if they didn't. Instead of him just becoming a Na'vi, he could still just be that family member that happens to be a human. And that is a really interesting dynamic to play with that I thought they did really well with in Way of Water. Anyway, though, I want to get back to the things I like there. I already pointed out the Colonel is one of the highlights for me, but right behind the Colonel for standouts is Varong. She is the leader of the Ash Na'vi here, and also becomes the main love interest to the Colonel. And I think that's a really interesting thing that they explore there, because he, has been established as someone looking to really fuck up the Na'vi. He is still on Team Human and will do anything that they order him to. They say jump, he asks how high, yet he has legitimate feelings for Varong and actually fights with her and for her, defends her when the general tries to force them out, calling them savages and stuff. So it's a really interesting thing to see, he's forming connections now with the Na'vi through Varong and the Ash Na'vi. I think her character is great. She is to the Ash Na'vi what Jake Sully is to the rest of the Na'vi. She is a fierce warrior. She is brutal. She loves guns and fire, loves to burn things to the ground, and tells the story of how she got there to the Colonel, where after a catastrophe, her and her people were starving, so they cried out for assistance, praying for help from Awa. Nothing ever came. They felt Awa abandoned them, so they abandoned Awa. And she leads them, she saves them, and now she is the one that is keeping them all alive and doing everything she can to ensure their survival. And I really appreciate they didn't make her just an unhinged lunatic. Yeah, she does a lot of fucked up things, but she is still very much grounded in that she doesn't just randomly start slaughtering people for no reason, just a loose cannon. She does do smart strategy and tactics. She's not just crazy. She is ruthless, but she's not insane and stupid or anything like that. They do a great job of walking the line between her brutality and still her being a legitimate thinking being that's not just one-dimensional. Also, I want to make a special mention for the action. I think all of the Avatar movies have really great action. This one is no exception. I think the action here is spectacular. I think James Cameron always does a great job with it, and Fire and Ash has wonderful action. Probably the best in the franchise so far, I would say. I just think the Na'vi fighting the Ash Na'vi, every scene where they clash was really, really good. So, crushed it in that department. I will say, though, the catalyst for a lot of the action that happens seems to always be a member of the Sully family getting captured. I think that happened fucking 5 times in this movie. Basically, anytime they turn around, someone's getting captured from their family and used as bait to spawn a fight. I feel in the next couple of Avatar movies, maybe we should explore different means of getting a fight to occur that's not just getting captured. Because my god, it has happened a lot in these movies now. A fucking ton. But yeah, another thing, the music is great. I think most people are probably expecting good music in here, and you're going to get it. Like I said, it's a good movie, but I definitely think this is the weakest in the franchise so far, and that's solely because it's basically everything we've already gotten served to us again. But maybe for some people that's exactly what they want. It's entirely possible. Again, I was entertained. I also feel like the pacing of this film was really good. It never felt like it dragged, and I was never bored. It's a very, very long movie, but it truly didn't really feel like that. I thought James Cameron did a good job of keeping things, moving along, which was great. So yeah, overall, it's good, but I definitely think it does deserve to be the lowest rated in the franchise so far. But anyway, that's really about it. So yeah.
This episode was brought to you by Keeps.
Initiating moisture.
Going somewhere? I recognize that stance. Perhaps you've had some training after all. Who's your master? Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a lot better than I expected it to be. I'm happy to say it was a lot of fucking fun from start to finish. Now, it's important we address the elephant in the room before talking about the game itself. It's made by Respawn Entertainment, who has a great track record of great games like Titanfall, Titanfall 2, Apex, but it is published by EA, who's the devil. It's like Voldemort. You can't say the name out loud. To all the hardcore gamers, you avoid EA games like showers, or at least that's what you say on Reddit, but you still buy all their games and shit. EA, yeah, they published it, but there's no microtransactions like you're used to from that shit company, so I'm happy to say that. It is a game that is very truly meant to be a game for both Star Wars fans and just fans of action games in general. I want to start with the best part about this game, which is the combat. The gameplay in this game never gets stale throughout its entire 15-hour journey. And keep in mind that's without me exploring every nook and cranny on every planet and getting 100%. So there's a lot of content there, and there's a lot of lore in the game scattered throughout the world, so there's a lot to really pick up on if you're a fan of the lore of Star Wars. And all of it is canon according to the mastermind Disney, so that's great for Star Wars fans. But I really think the biggest shining factor of this game is its combat. The gameplay is just always fun and rewarding. It's most closely resembling anything from the Souls franchise, more specifically Sekiro, which is an absolutely great game that I love. Now, obviously, the first thing that people are going to ask, is it really hard, like the Souls series? And I played the whole thing through on Grandmaster difficulty, which is the hardest one. I streamed it all at twitch.tv/moistcritical, and I can confidently say there are definitely times in this game where it's extremely hard, and I definitely got hung up on certain mobs and encounters. In particular, one mini-boss called, like, the Rabid Ass Beater or something, I don't quite remember. It took me, like, 20 minutes to beat him, and the final boss was slapping my asshole inside and out for, like, 30 minutes, so it definitely is hard at certain points, but overall the game itself is much easier than something in the Souls franchise. Not that that's a complaint for me at all. I don't think the game needs to be cutthroat and putting the fear of God in you to be fun. I just know it's a natural question when you compare something to the Souls series. Now, I think the reason why it's easier than most games in that franchise is the amount of tools you have at your disposal. You get so many really fun and interesting force powers that you can constantly use in a fight to turn the tide in your favor. If you're tactical enough, if you have a galaxy brain, and you're getting attacked by 5 stormtroopers and a goat on Zepho, maybe you lead them to the edge of a cliff and you jump over them, do a giant force slow on the entire mob, and then force push them all off the cliff, wiping the board instantly. There's a lot of really cool powers that you can use in these fights that make it a lot of fun, but the one-on-one fights are just as fun, if not more fun, because the parrying mechanic I think works really well. It's very flashy, and there's some decent combos that you can use, but it's not a very combo-heavy game. It's more so on timing and rhythm, just like Sekiro was. I really enjoyed the combat start to finish. There's more than one lightsaber style. There is double-sided lightsaber, of course, which is iconic. And I just think there's so much to play with and a lot to enjoy when it comes to actually fighting enemies. And there is a lot of enemies to fight. There's a lot of fucking hardcore action. And outside of the action, I think the puzzles are pretty well made. Some of the puzzles definitely had me looking pretty goddamn dumb on stream. But I think that's what makes them fun, is when they're challenging for you and you have to really think hard to figure out how to get to the secret or find a collectible or get an upgrade or just progress in the game. There's a lot of puzzles and there's a lot of ways of approaching them, and I think that's very nice. And I also just like the map design in general. Everything connects in a pretty intuitive way, so you're never overly lost, and there's a good map system that you can always access and just figure your way around. It's just overall, the gameplay, everything in that department is super enjoyable. Not only the combat, just everything surrounding it. The only thing I will nitpick on a bit is there are mini-bosses that defend upgrades occasionally, and they're just reskins of enemies you've already fought. They're not very inspired mini-bosses. Sometimes they're challenging, yes, but they are, in general, just a reskin of what you've already fought. So that's a little disappointing that they didn't put much work into that, but it's not that big of a deal. Enemy variety is pretty decent across the board. Most of the shit you'll be fighting is animals, slug goats, Darth goats, big toads. But outside of that, there's also the stormtroopers, purge troopers. It's a lot of stuff to fight, and it's nice. I really enjoyed everything in that department. Soundtrack as well is something that stood out to me. I think Star Wars has always had a really strong soundtrack. Although the movies, in my opinion, are not all that great, the soundtrack always is. The soundtrack always fucking slaps, and that's no different in this game. And the characters in this game, I think, are also well written, well acted. Although they look very goofy at times because the animations betray the characters, I think that's something that they didn't put a lot of work into, is making the animations fluid. The game often feels a bit clunky when you're moving around the world. Platforming sometimes ends up a disaster because you'll phase through something or clip through something, or you won't grab something when you should. You'll wall run, but you'll end up wall running right into your own fucking death and plummeting straight to hell, just for no reason other than just the game not working entirely as it should. And the same goes for the camera as well. Often if you'll engage in a close corridors combat section, sometimes your camera will get locked outside of the map and you can't really change it, and then you'll just get brutalized in the locker room by the stormtroopers and you'll have to restart because you die in 2 or 3 shots on Grandmaster. So sometimes that clunkiness gets frustrating, and it's definitely there. And you can really see it in certain animations, especially the run cycle. The run cycle is downright goofy if you're sprinting. I'd recommend just not even sprinting so you don't break immersion, because no one sprints the way this guy does. Looks like he's just carrying a fat load of shit in his pants and trying not to let it spill down his legs. But I mean, really, overall, the game is just a joy to play, and it comes with a really good story that I think is very engaging, and it's well told, albeit goofy at times, and I think their attempts at humor in the story don't land at all. They're really just half-assed and ham-fisted attempts to throw in like simple one-liners towards the end of the game or in the middle, and it just doesn't really work. But the story overall is just really well told, and it's super nice to see, and especially since this takes place in between the 3rd and 4th movie, it's really good to explore that area, because I find that to be a really fascinating time period for this franchise to explore. Seeing the clone troopers turn, spoiler alert, I guess. It's just a really fun set of set pieces that this game brings, and there's a lot of cinematic elements that I think work really well. Sometimes when they throw in a QTE, a quick time event, I think it's a little goofy. It should have just been a cutscene, but I just really enjoyed the game. Plugging this into the moist meter, I'm giving Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order a fat 85%. It's a game I'd recommend to anyone who really likes an action game, or if you're a fan of Soul Series combat or Sekiro combat. There's a lot in this game that it has to offer. You don't have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy it, and you don't have to be embarrassed by it either. At first, I thought this was going to be a game for only like the hardcore Star Wars fans, you know, the guys that finger gun into their mirror pretending to be Han Solo or petting their action figures before they go to bed. But it's not. It's a game that I think anyone can really enjoy. I know I certainly did.
Did you know the real reason Anakin turned to the dark side of the Force was because he had spooky visions of hair loss? This is a vision many men suffer from though, since 2 out of 3 men will suffer from hair loss by the age of 35. Instead of cutting down younglings though, you have a better choice. Introducing Keeps. Keeps offers you proven treatments that help cut down on hair loss, meaning you can keep your locks for longer. With Keeps, you can visit a certified doctor online and get the medication shipped directly and discreetly to your door. The fact is that prevention is key if you want to keep your hair, so if you notice any thinning at all, hop on Keeps as soon as possible, as it has up to a 90% chance of stopping and reducing further hair loss. Starting at just $10 a month, you can get 50% off your first order by visiting keeps.com/moist. If you're ready to take action against the dark side of hair loss, visit keeps.com/moist for 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/moist.
I imagine a lot of you are tired of hearing me yap about One Punch Man. By a show of hands, how many of you had enough of a 31-year-old man complaining about an anime? No hands? Interesting. Okay, then I'm gonna keep going. It is so hard to not blabber about this season because it's setting new records. The most recent episode that just dropped, episode 6, is now one of, if not the lowest rated anime episodes on the entirety of IMDb. And not just there, but across other sites as well. It is one of the worst reviewed episodes I can find. Right now, the most recent episode, Motley Heroes, has a 2.9 on IMDb, which means that it's even lower than X-Arm's debut episode. X-Arm is considered by many, including myself, to be the worst anime ever made. That abomination is an insult to God. It is the biggest, bungus piece of shit imaginable. And yet, One Punch Man Season 3 has found a way to be hated even more than X-Arm. And the crazy thing is, I watched X-Arm. I don't know how many of you remember this. I was going through the worst rated anime of all time to find the single worst one ever made. And when I got to X-Arm, I literally just ended that series because I hated it so much. And it actually like blew up my fucking neurons up here to the point where I felt lobotomized watching it. So I called it quits after X-Arm. It was that bad. And yet I would actually say it kind of makes sense why episode 6 is rated lower than this X-Arm debut. Because at least in X-Arm there is movement. At least you can say you watched an animated thing. You watched something animated. With One Punch Man Season 3, you have to stretch your definition of animation. Because it is entirely composed of still images, almost. And in episode 6 here of Season 3, from what I can recall, I just finished it, there's only 4 scenes that have movement. And by movement, I mean one of the scenes is Child Emperor doing this with his hands. And then the other scene, which has become a big meme now, is King walking into the room, and he literally walks into the room like a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic hitting some of this. I thought we were about to witness him do a JoJo Siwa's dance move or something. Like, that is the level of animation you're getting with One Punch Man Season 3. So, like, to me, while it is probably exaggerated to a certain degree, being a 2.9, X-Arm being higher in this regard, I kind of agree with it. At least X-Arm moved. There was, like, shit going on in episode 1 of X-Arm, like there was a fight and everything, and characters moved, which is a lot more than you can say for One Punch Man right now. Not only that, they fuckify themselves where they have like some very cool stills, or at least they did in some of the preview and promo material they had, like some decent stills. That was like the one thing people were latching onto like a baby to their mother's teat about season 3, about some cool stills. But when you get to the actual episode, for some reason, some maniac, some unhinged lunatic went in there and slapped the ugliest blue and yellow light filters on everything. So anytime you're looking at a character's face close up, for some reason they go into like the cheddar cheese dimension and there's just fucking yellow lights beaming in, or like blue RGB gamer mode lights just obstructing your view, and it looks so silly. And like another big meme moment from this episode is how they fucked up Fubuki in one of these stills where her face is, it's just, it doesn't even look like the same character. It looks like one of those in-between frames from Naruto where someone's face gets like all fucked up where it looks like the Babadook or something like that. And that is like a full still that sits there for a minute. Like a minute is exaggerating, but it sits there for a while and it just looks terrible. Like it's very clear that the show is only getting worse. Like this is, episodes 1 and 2 were bad, but they weren't this bad. Episode 5 was their best episode, and it was bad. But it wasn't this bad, and it feels like they blew all of their load in episode 5, and now the only thing left is like scraps, actual morsels that they're trying to utilize to the best of their ability to just have something go out. And my God, it is sad. It is just tragic what's happened to One Punch Man. And I've seen this crazy fantasy people are spinning about like, yeah, season 3 is so bad, they're going to learn a really hard lesson that season 4 is going to be amazing for. This is a necessary pill for them to swallow so that way we can get an amazing season 4. Buster, there's no season 4. This has been a catastrophic disaster, and once season 3 is done, which they should just close the book on it now, just stem the bleeding. There's no reason to even finish the scheduled episodes. Just let it end here. It's not worth it. But once this is over, there will not be a One Punch Man season 4. Not unless Bandai sells the rights to someone else. They've shown that they're not willing to put any resources into developing a very high quality One Punch Man season anymore. So, now that this hasn't done well and it's been embarrassing, they're just not going to touch it again. There won't be a season 4 unless for some reason Bandai has this big eureka moment where they're like, what if we actually tried to make it good? And then decided to after this. But I don't see that happening. They're just going to wash their hands of it and be done. It seems like that's exactly what they want. They tried to make something extremely cheap, expecting fans to swallow whatever shit they farted out, and it didn't go over well. Their gambit didn't pay off. The only franchise that's able to get away with spending $0 on a beloved IP and still having the community lick the sweat off of their gooch is Pokemon. Pokemon is able to be produced for literally $0, copy and paste every year, endless slop, and people will just digest it with a smile on their face. But that's because they have numerous decades under their belt of brand loyalty, and people have literally rewired their brains to just accept that Pokemon games aren't expected to be good anymore. They're just expected to be there, and that's enough, I suppose. And that works for them. One Punch Man does not have that same luxury. One Punch Man has 3 seasons in 10 years. That's not exactly enough to have people just hooked on the drug to the point where they'll excuse any laziness. Especially not for a highly anticipated season 3, 6 years in waiting. This gambit was never going to work for this. I don't know what Bandai was expecting to happen here. This is just so sad. And I'm very confident that we will not see another season of the One Punch Man anime anymore. Unless, of course, Bandai sells it to somebody else or some kind of crazy miracle happens. But I think season 3 is probably going to be the swan song for the One Punch Man anime. And that sucks. At least the manga is still an absolute fucking banger. At least that is still absolutely slapping. But it is such a shame to look at what could have been for this animated series. Season 1 was amazing, and I was a vocal hater of Season 2, but now seeing Season 3 and going back to Season 2, man, do I see the folly of my youth. How silly I was to think Season 2 was bad. It is definitely worse than Season 1 in terms of its animation, but holy shit, is it significantly better than what we got here. And even on its own two legs, it is, like, in its own right, still, like, well animated at most points. Like, so... Season 3 made me appreciate Season 2, so there's that, I guess. But man, yeah, this is a terrible season, and it continues to only get worse. I can't believe... if you had told me One Punch Man would be one of the lowest rated anime seasons on IMDb or across the board, I would have spit in your face. I would have laughed at you. I would have, like, tried to admit you to an insane asylum, like Arkham Asylum or some shit. Because that's just crazy. But... look at where we are now. What a shame. Anyway, that's really about it. I don't really plan on making another One Punch Man Season 3 video, but I guess we'll see. There's still a lot of episodes to go. I guess it can definitely get even worse for it. So, anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Do you enjoy smashing eggs, making an unnecessary mess, or using a poor defenseless egg to give yourself the bukkake treatment? Salutations! I'm Wendy Kaufman. If the answer to any of my questions was yes, then you can lick my shithole. Introducing the Easy Cracker, the answer to every question you've ever had. Here's how it works. You hold an egg over some brown sugar, you tell the egg you're its friend, and then bam, you snap that bitch in half. That ought to show the egg who the boss is. Before I got the Easy Cracker, I just couldn't decide how to murder my eggs. I tried jackhammering my frying pans with them, stone cold stunning my Tupperware with them, and I tried eating them whole. It was pure pandemonium. But not anymore. Thanks to the Easy Cracker, my Gordian knot has been cut. I murder eggs with ease. It's a snap. A snap in half, that is. The patented egg-obliterating technology makes sure the egg feels maximum pain. Yippee. Put your titties in my hand. No more fingering eggs. Those days are behind us, you fucking primordial insect. The Easy Cracker also comes with the egg separator. That's right, get that yolk the fuck out of the good shit. Yeah, get that yolk out of there. It's been naughty. Punish it. It was trying to feed a developing embryo. Teach that fucker a lesson. Look at me jerk off at the top right with a kitchen whisk. I'm going berserk over here. I'm shitting in bowls. I love putting common household items in my vagina. This is certainly something that will go up there soon. Let's crack an egg first. Oh, this one didn't explode when I broke it. Why is that? It's a hard-boiled egg, surprise! Do you like solidified vomit as much as I do? Don't fuck this up. You fucked it up. We're filming for commercial, damn it! Oopsie, I farted. I have eggs all up and down my kitchen. I destroy them, obliterate them, annihilate them. I use 2 of these Easy Crackers as nunchucks, bitch! Easy Cracker. With the egg separator, also known as the yolk urinal, for $19.95. But wait. There's more. You didn't think there was more? You must be fucking yourself. How do you think you could go on living without the Easy Scrambler? Look at this. This is what it does. You put an egg on top of this bitch, like the old ball and cup game, and then it gives you that perfect diarrhea egg that you've been looking for your whole life. It is the ultimate 1-2 combo, and you get it for free. $19.95. Order this shit. Get the Easy Cracker. Kill some eggs with the Easy Crack, or I will easy track your ass down and make you buy this shit.
I've got to yap about 2 freaks today, and I want to start with the wackiest one. RFK Jr. and a dead raccoon's penis. That is a match made in heaven right there. That is peanut butter and jelly. Vultures don't get as excited about roadkill as RFK Jr. does. This guy loves it. And he brags about having like a freezer full of roadkill that he studies and like feeds to his hawk. I had no idea this guy was a cock scientist. I didn't know that. But in his new book, he just openly talks about the time that he pulled over with his family in the car, mind you, his kids in the car, pulled over in order to cut the penis off of a dead raccoon so he could bring it back and analyze it. As if he's some kind of, like, archaeologist. Like he's, fucking Evie from The Mummy going through, like, the Book of the Dead trying to research it and learn about it as if he's some kind of scholar for Dick. Animal Dick. It's all documented in his new book, RFK Jr., The Fall and Rise. I don't know when the rise is happening. It hasn't happened yet. He's still in that fall. This dude looks like he's housing every single plague that the world has ever seen in his body right now. Every image and video I see of him, he looks like he's deteriorating further and further and just devolving into a fucking ghoul from Fallout. This is the experience here that he pinned. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be. A surreal passage indeed. I like how he's cutting the penis off of a roadkill raccoon in front of his probably horrified children in the car, and he's like, God, my family is so peculiar. They're such odd goofballs. They're so weird. Over there with the fucking hacksaw on the raccoon's cock. If only they could be more like me, just normal and well-adjusted. There we go. And then he holds it up like a trophy. We're celebrating, family. Quick, get some ice out. I gotta put this on ice. I need to study it when we get home. My kids waited patiently in the car, he noted, as he collected the raccoon's genitals so he could study them later. Finally, a man brave enough to go where science fears. He was willing to do the dirty work of snipping a raccoon's dick so he could take it home and really find out what makes it tick. Like, I'm curious, what is there to study with a raccoon penis? Like, what is there to do with that? What was he doing, just over there, like, playing with it? Stretching it like a penny whistle? Write it down. Interesting. These are the notes that will, no doubt, propel our species into the next scientific age, the final frontier of science. Raccoon genitals. Excellent, yes. I just have to wonder what he was doing with it. Like, was he trying to, like, fashion some kind of necklace out of it, like Ringar out of League of Legends, but instead of bone tooth, it's just raccoon penis? Or, like, was he trying to make a stew out of it? Maybe he was, like, crafting Saradomin brews out of RuneScape, just dumping the raccoon penis in there with some colloidal silver, just like this disgusting concoction, this witch's brew, this potion. Like, what was he doing with it? Genuinely, like, what was he doing? Because he traveled all the way home with it. So this was like an important thing that he did. And this is apparently something that he made a habit out of doing with dead animals. Dude pillages roadkill like he's Indiana Jones looting a tomb full of treasure. Just imagine hunting with RFK Jr. Dude probably doesn't even bring a gun. He just sits there in the bush waiting for the animal to get hit by like a bus or a train. And then he leaps into action. Yes! Yanks the wiener off of it. According to his daughter, this obsession with dead animals also put a damper on vacations. Apparently there was an incident where a whale carcass washed ashore, and so RFK made a beeline for the beach and decapitated it with a chainsaw and strapped the whale's head to the roof of the family minivan with a bungee cord, intending once again to bring it home to study. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet. Sounds like hell on earth. He's out here torturing his family on this vacation. We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. Sounds healthy. And then, of course, there's the infamous one where he dumped a dead bear cub in Central Park after a botched attempt to skin it. That one's been talked about a lot. I'm pretty sure all of you have already heard of that before, but the whale and raccoon penis, I think, are new revelations here from the bizarre adventures of RFK Jr. and his fascination with dead animals. Bro thinks he's the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Like, what is he doing? Is he trying to, like, breathe life back into it, like Frankenstein style? Like, what is he studying? Actually, what is he possibly studying there? Holy shit, the worm in his brain must be giving him some odd directives here, forcing him to get all of this roadkill like treasure so he can squat on it at his house like Smog. That's his gold. All of this roadkill, all this dead animal penis and heads all over the place in his secret villain lair. What a wacko. But don't worry. Some highly intellectual people are out there defending this as just a lame media hit piece. The raccoon was already dead. Find a new slant. Typical lamestream media hit piece. Yawn. Raccoon was already dead. Penis was up for grabs. I pull over all the time when I see a dead animal. I make sure to take that cock and balls right off of there. Normal activity. Wasn't alive, so it's not weird. If it was alive and he chased it down in order to yank that puppy off, then I might raise an eyebrow, but this is just lamestream media. Who doesn't cut off a dead animal's cock on the side of the road while their family watches mortified?
Secretary, what did you do with the raccoon's dead penis? Where is it now?
That little giggle he does there, that laugh, that was some demonic sounding shit right there. That sounds like a man who can't wait to get back to that raccoon's penis that's rotting somewhere in his abode. I bet he's got that raccoon penis and like an IV drip or something that he's mainlining or some shit. This is actually the secret to keep me looking so young.
I just got one question. In all seriousness, what is your fascination with roadkill and dead animals? I know you've done a few things, notably with a whale, with a bear, with a raccoon more recently. I just want to know what the fascination is, sir. Anything? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There goes a hero right there. Not many men are courageous enough to pull over to the side of the road and cut a raccoon's penis off after it's deceased. It wasn't using it anymore, and RFK Jr. had a need for it. And he's a man of action, so he went out there and he claimed that. Same with the whale head. And the bear cub, I suppose. We may never know exactly what he's learned through his research, but one day it may be the key to the future of our species. Or he's using it for some kind of satanic rituals or some shit that he's conducting. Could be either or. There's really no telling with this guy. But anyway, speaking of penis, we gotta talk about a penis that's alive, and one that's on a human being. And from the sound of things, he can't stop using it for evil. I'm talking about Eric Swalwell. This is a congressman who was also running for governor of California, and this week numerous women came forward accusing him of inappropriate things as well as genuinely evil, awful things, including allegations of sexual assault. Initially, Eric denied it, saying that it was all false and that he was going to do everything fighting it tooth and nail. He has since stepped down from the race for governor as well as his position in Congress. He has resigned. And the allegations are only having more and more evidence to support the victims and their claims against him. That includes a video of him with supposedly a prostitute that he was in a hotel room with. On the video, you can see him making out with her, and things start to progress. Now, if you don't know the lore, Eric is married. Eric has been married for a decade. Now, in the video he made denying the very serious allegations, he did make a mention of mistakes in his judgment, as well as mentioning that a lot of it's between him and his wife, and he has to accept the responsibility for mistakes he made, seemingly corroborating the extramarital affairs while denying the sexual assault allegations. All of this is still pretty new, and from what I've read, there is an investigation taking place because he might be facing criminal charges if these allegations are proven true, which he 1000% should. This is vile shit here, and from everything that I've read about it, from what's available, it's not looking like this is just some innocent guy here. There's quite a lot of meat behind these claims. Personally, I think Eric's guilty as a motherfucker here. Based on all of the available evidence here, I don't see any world where he could weasel out, just squeak out some kind of excuse like, oh, it was all just a big misunderstanding. I was just cheating on my wife a lot. Come on, it's not that big of a deal. Just come on, the sexual assault stuff. No. We don't need to get into the weeds of that. Like, based on everything I think that's out there, there is so much evidence, and I think it should 1000% warrant a further investigation into Eric and hopefully some subsequent charges based on whatever they find there. So anyway, I found that to be extremely disgusting. I was reading about that earlier, so I wanted to yap about that as well. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. Haunting Adeline. I finished this like a week ago. Matt's just been too busy to talk about some good old-fashioned smut with his best friend Charles, so I've just been sitting on absolute gold in my head with this book here.
It's been a little while for me, so you're going to be saying things and I'm going to be remembering it. And for clarity, we still talk about smut a lot, just not this one.
Yeah, because this isn't really like smut. This is just like reading crimes. It's like the woman who wrote this should be ashamed.
Which I guess we're just jumping right in. The ending really, I don't want to say it's a twist, but it changes drastically.
Yeah, I guess let's not spoil the ending yet. Okay. So in our last video, we were at the halfway point. I think we got to like 300 or something. Yep. I can't quite recall where we left off in the last one. But from there, it just spirals so out of control into almost nothing but nonstop rape. Like there is nothing...
Legitimately.
Yeah.
It's, you know the Willy Wonka boat ride? When the colors and pictures are flashing and it's getting faster and faster and faster. That's how not sex scenes, the rape scenes are in this book, where it's like, here's one, there's some pages, here's one, and then it's just like, over and over and over.
Yeah, and like, this is what you mentioned last time. So her best friend, Daya, she's like, you know, she knows about the stalker and everything and thinks it's like a horrible thing. And then when she finally confesses that she got like raped, she's like, you fucked him, didn't you? She snarls at me, spill, slut. It's crazy. Yeah. So it's like, that goes on for a while. Like, now Daya's coming to terms with it. And someone summed it up best in a comment I saw, where this book is basically just Stockholm Syndrome from the perspective of the victim and the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. Because eventually, Zaid rapes her enough that she falls in love with him.
Right. She falls in love with him. She realizes her grandma or nana or whatever, great-grandma, fell in love with her stalker. Like,
yeah,
it's really weird. And the Daya thing really bothered me.
Yeah.
Because this is the one person who learns that she is being stalked and harassed and raped. And she's like, oh, juicy gossip. Like, that is it. There is no, like, are you okay? I think she, like, hands her a shot of liquor and is like, tell me about it. Like, how was his dick?
Like, what did that meat look like? Oh, and it's the way the author describes the encounters is fucking nauseating. Zaid, he whispers against my lips. This is when he's revealing his name. That's the only name that will ever leave your lips from now on, especially when you're making that little pussy feel good. And when I'm making that pussy feel good, then you can call me God.
That's the one I told you I was going to tell you made me almost puke.
Yeah. And then he pulls out his wiener and says, you think you can handle this? He continues to pump his cock, and when I realize that he's jacking off on my face, I struggle. Oh.
It's crazy. We didn't talk about the House of Mirrors last time, did we?
No, we didn't get to the House of Mirrors.
Okay, so I'm just holding a credit card on camera. Check that, please. But they go to this circus. It's like a dark horror circus thing.
It's a like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, exactly. Really weird subplot in that one with the little girl, by the way.
Yeah.
Or little girl, she's like 20, just a serial killer.
Yeah, there's just a serial killer like that just kills people in the house.
Yep.
And Zaid has a standoff with her where she's like, yeah, you're pretty good, but I've killed 10,000 rapists.
Truly, like he's not exaggerating. And they kill these men and the cops come and the girl gets blamed for it, so Zaid's fine to go free, but what's her name? Adeline. Addie goes into the House of Mirrors. Shocker, Zaid follows her. And just graphic rape sex scene happening in here. And then it goes to her walking out to find Daya by her car. And she reveals she was in there for over 2 hours.
Yeah, just getting fucking blasted in a public House of Mirrors, not shut down at all.
Closed? Yeah, like... It wasn't closed when she went in, but now the park has closed. Yep. People are gone, and Daya's just sitting by the car like, you slut, like, what did you do? And it's like, you didn't think...
You just got raped in there, didn't you, slut?
Like, you didn't call the cops? You didn't look for her?
Yeah, she if I remember right, she like had an inkling of a suspicion like, oh, you just did something naughty with your stalker over there, didn't you? He just did something to you, didn't he?
It's so... And, like, the writer very clearly... softens toward, like, they're trying to make you also like Zaid because he's protecting her and doing all this stuff to help her, but it doesn't really look like they want you to forget about the other stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Now, an important thing they introduced in the second half of the book is a character named Mark, who's like a prolific, he's a politician, right? He's a politician who's part of this pedophile ring, which is doing rituals, which Zayd has been hunting down since the start of the book. Where
He's
they're
like in his 70s,
yeah.
I think.
So they like sacrifice children and drink their blood and wear their blood as part of like a ritualistic practice that Zayd become aware of. So Zayd wants to get in close to Mark in that organization. So he starts pretending to be a pedophile, and so now he's befriending Mark.
And then it stopped being pretend.
Well,
okay, Zayd's a good guy outside of the rape and
tell.
stalking,
I
okay?
can
He would
tell,
never
yeah.
sink to that level.
And then, so he's like befriending Mark as Zach, and
Wow.
he takes him to lunch, and then Mark sees Adeline, and this is where Adeline like gets in the crosshairs of like the most dangerous people ever. So Zayd needs to be like really protective. So now Mark is like fixated on getting Adeline, which is why at the fair he gets blasted by Zayd after like the serial killer girl like tries to kill him too. It was weird. But Mark is this new character that gets introduced, and he's just like some old pedophile guy. And now, while Zayd is pretending to be a pedophile to be in close with him, he gets invited to Mark's party with Adeline. And at this party full of nothing but pedophiles, Zayd takes Adeline into Mark's movie theater and rapes her. At this party of pedophiles.
Well, it gets him going, you know?
Yeah, it's as he's in deep cover, he takes Adeline in, and while watching a movie, just assaults her. And then, I hate the way that she describes scenes, but the big thing in the scene is that Adeline must watch the movie while Zayd has his way with her. So anytime Adeline's eyes are off the movie, Zayd fucking slaps her like, put your eyes back on the film, bitch. It's so awful.
What was the movie?
I don't know.
It was a horror movie.
Yeah, he said it was some crazy horror movie.
It'd be funny if it was like Master of Disguise.
Well, you have to watch this part with Dana Carvey doing this wacky accent.
He really wanted to punish her, so he put on Borderlands. You're gonna watch the whole thing.
Look at Jamie Lee Curtis's hunkers. If those eyes break contact with the milkers, I swear to God.
But it's also like there's so many things. Like I said, the House of Mirrors. She's gone for 2.5 hours. This one, they're in there forever, and he's like, "We should probably get back to the party," kind of thing. And it's just like so much weird shit like that. And then I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead for the next time he's at Mark's house, which is really when shit hits the fan. I should also say, this is when it starts feeling like the writer is making her seem slightly more consensual.
Yeah, so the thing is, what she does is she goes to Adeline's perspective about like, man, no one's ever fucked me like that. I'm starting to really like Zayd with those eyes and that
can't stop thinking
feral. I can't stop thinking about it, and I know it's wrong. I know what he did. It's so wrong, but I'm so ashamed. As I play with the clits and I reach the bud, all I can think of is Zayd. The amount of time she says the bud is crazy.
It is
the sinful bud.
We talked about this last time too. The author thinks of a word. She's like, "That's a good word," and then uses it exclusively for the next 3 chapters, and then thinks of a new word and is like, "This is a better word." It's really, really poorly written.
Everything is so gross about the way she writes this kind of stuff. So, the only one who's truly in danger is me. No, I whisper. I tip her chin up, brushing my lips softly against hers. The sharp intake of breath has my cock straining against my slacks. If you were my little girl, I would worship every inch of your body for as long as our souls are tethered to this earth. My tongue would leave no part of you untouched. I nip at her lip, wringing a whimper. It's just so yucky. Just so gross. This is when they're in the movie theater, by the way, at the pedophile's house that he's supposed to be trying to bring down.
Yeah. And that's the part where he's doing his recon work.
Not
right?
really. So what he did is, they're at this dinner.
Why were they there?
Well, he was there because he's trying to be their friend. And he's trying to like get Adeline off Mark's radar, because now that Mark met Adeline, he was like blown away, so now he's going to kidnap and kill her. So he takes her to this party to try and like stop that from happening, but all he does is like mingle with pedophiles as like a friend, and then he goes and rapes Adeline in their movie theater. And this is what I was talking about, like with the slaps, where mid-stroke I withdraw my fingers and grab her face with my hands, tightly squeezing her jaw. She mewls, crying from the loss and pain lancing through her face. I deliver one quick sharp slap to her pussy, enjoying her cries. He judo chops her pussy. Yeah.
Whenever you talk, whenever there's language like that, it makes me think of, I forget what property it's even from, but like licks his whole hand and just goes like like wind up and everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, I mean you're Genghis Swan.
Yeah.
I'll peel back the curtain.
Yeah.
I think all smut has a level of cringe to it. When you're writing sex, it's always going to have some cringe to it. But this is just like fucking kicking it into 97th gear, and it's just like...
Oh yeah, Danny, you weren't here when we did the first one. One of the first scenes of rape is he literally rapes her with a gun. So he takes a gun out, puts it in her mouth, and then puts it in her pussy, jamming it around.
I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I'm going to get canceled for this, so I apologize. My thoughts are my own.
Oh, God.
Like, the author of this book is just a gooner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like, it is just the ramblings of a gooner's fantasy. Like, that's why
Once
it's so
again,
out.
if the author was a man...
Oh, he'd be jailed.
Yeah.
He'd be straight to jail. He would be destroyed.
Go to jail. And I agree. I think this is also... I said this last time. If you are somebody with, what is it, a CNC kink, a consensual non-consent, a rape fantasy... A book is one of the safest ways for you to enjoy your kink. I completely agree. I think with how popular this is, there's way too many people reading this that are probably disgusted by it. But I'm like...
I think you're wrong. I think there's a lot of people who are not disgusted by it. Like,
I agree.
I think the reason it's so... Like, it sells so well is because they're not disgusted by it.
Like, I feel like the whole thing with 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like that was I've never read it, never watched it. From what I've heard, I think that is consensual non-consent. Is that right? Have you guys watched it?
Nope.
I've watched all 3 movies. I never read the book, though.
It's like they have an arrangement, though, right? She's in on it.
She's 100% in on this relationship and everything that comes
I feel
with
like
it.
it's more just from the outside looking in. It feels like more of a... like a power imbalance relationship over a full force, absolute no control.
This is just straight up unadulterated rape. Like, there's no way around it. It just is.
There's also multiple times in here. I highlighted them somewhere, but I haven't found them yet. There's multiple times where like a character like Jay's like you hunt down these pedophiles and these rapists, but you're like literally stalking and raping a girl. And then Zayd's response is, yeah, but it's because I know she loves me.
Yep.
Like, I know deep down this is what she wants me to do.
Jay doesn't say it even how you just did, though. He's like, yeah. Like, you rape her. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah,
why is everybody okay with it?
He does make it like a joke. But, like, there are times where the author calls it out, and then the response Zayd gives is, well, I know it's because she's going to love me deep down eventually.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is what she wants.
Yeah, he's psychotic.
Yeah.
And... we've kind of beat a dead horse here. Rape's bad. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy that it's in the book. They're also, going back to the writing style of how atrocious it is sometimes, there's the part where he walks into... It's at the fair. He walks into the room with all the dolls and stuff, and he's explaining it's like purple walls, and his line, and they're so much worse because it's the audiobook, and I'm like driving and thinking about crashing into trees. And he walks in and he's like, ugh, did Barney shit in here? And I'm just like, what? Like, that's your real thought of how to convey this is like...
That's like an actual teenager is writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were also a couple mentions of anime references.
There's a couple anime references.
Which means we're getting weeb gooner authors in real time. You're seeing it here.
Man, I highlighted so many things, but it is just kind of like regurgitating the same points. Every time I reached the point where it was talking about like their sex, I just started highlighting shit madly because it was so uncomfortable. I was like, this is gross.
I was on 1.5 speed for a lot of it, and still it wasn't fast enough for some of those scenes. There is, like we said, it picks up so much speed. The one towards the end outside of the house in the forest is multiple chapters. It's just 4 back-to-back sex scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, now they have a game. Now that she's in on it, he looks at her and it's like, run. And then fucking hunts her down, which if that's what turns you on is really fucking weird. I like when she screams and runs away from me. So she runs into the forest. He tackles her. They have sex. She runs back towards the house, slams her against a tree, has sex. She runs back towards the house. He throws her in his car, has sex. That's the whole thing.
That was like 2 chapters.
And no breaks. Just boom, boom, boom.
Also, to your point you mentioned earlier about how the author tries to make you like Zayd, like, oh, he only like hurts bad people, and then I guess stalks Adeline and,
just her.
And sexually assaults her. But then there's also multiple times where she does this. You want to know what I do? This is at the fair. Like, she challenges, like, because he's toying around, what if someone walks in? How'd that make you feel, Adeline, seeing your naked flesh on display? And then she's like, oh, so you'd be okay with other people seeing me naked? And he says, you know what I'd do? He questions. I would let them watch. I would let them watch me claim you as mine and own every inch of your body. They would watch my cock fill every one of your holes and then watch you cry because of how hard you came. And then I'd fucking kill them. My cock would still be wet from your cum as I'd slice their throats for even daring to look at what's mine. So like he's totally fine killing innocent people. These are people who
I just feel like I think the use of the word cock cock makes every sentence just disgusting.
Yeah,
like it just makes it crude and blunt and is just the worst word for that appendage I think possible.
It's not tasteful.
It's not sexy. It is just gross.
But this is what I'm saying. Like he's not a good guy. He openly talks about how he would just kill people whose whose crime is just going into the house of mirrors
all the time.
He made the mistake of coming in, so he slices their throat.
And that's my problem. This is a weird analogy. You remember, I'm sure in high school, this was big. There's a bird walking all over our screen. There was the whole thing where it's like people would write in the wrong tense. They'd write past tense and then present tense because they'd mess up some words.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Error.
Yeah, there's a lot of continuity errors in here where it's like, he's the best guy ever. Oh my God, he's doing this all for the... And then many times, he's just a horrible person.
Yeah, he's talking about like how he has no problem killing anyone that even so much as like looks in her direction.
Yeah. It is very odd. And like she tries to throw in some moments where like he's really sad about something that happens and she comforts him and he shivers like he's vulnerable. And then he's just an asshole again, like every single time. But then, we talked about this last time. So Danny, I don't know if we told you. The chapters either start the shadow, which is her, or the manipulator, which is him.
You got it backwards. He's the shadow.
He's the shadow. She's the manipulator. He's the shadow because he kills people and puts bullets in their head and stalks people. She's the manipulator because when she goes on stage, she thinks she makes people listen to what she's saying. It's very different. But the shadow chapters are all...
It actually is outrageously stupid why she calls herself the manipulator, because she writes books, so she manipulates them into having feelings because they read her words or some shit.
It's very different, where then the shadow's like, I walked into a warehouse and put bullets in 40 guys' heads. And you're like, okay.
Oh, God, yeah, I need to read you an action scene here in a moment, Danny. Holy fuck, the way she writes action is like how you would when you're in elementary school, doodling, you're like, and then he shoots 5 people.
Exactly.
His friend said he only had 30 seconds.
Bullet around the crate.
Yeah.
You only have 30 seconds. I only need 10.
Which is actually like a line in here.
It's so bad. But so the whole thing is leading to this crescendo of the whole time he's in Seattle to bring down this pedophile ring, which is Mark and other politicians and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It goes as far as he goes back to Mark's house for, it's like an initiation dinner.
It's not Mark's house, so you're getting confused. He kills Mark at the fair.
Mark.
The house he goes to is the other guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Was it Jacob?
It's a younger guy.
Yeah, it's a younger guy, but he's like the Cream Supreme pedophile ritual guy, and he starts befriending him, like. So he's talking about like I need young girls. I need you to bring me little girls now, Jacob, to like get in his good graces. And Jacob's like, oh
yeah, like wait,
this guy means
like
business. You like children too? You want to join club? So
he's a caveman.
I would have enjoyed the book better if it was caveman.
What the fuck is his name? I can't find it now.
But it culminates to him going to this guy's house while setting up an FBI raid and being super careful. Fake FBI. He has friends in the FBI, so he fakes the FBI raid. Instead of just bringing your friends in the FBI. Daniel.
So he's one of the.
Nervous back there.
He's the new big pedophile on the block now that Mark's dead. And he's becoming...
It's the rule of two.
Yeah, like a Sith. So now that Mark's been murdered, Zach is now being like really tight with Daniel. So he's getting initiated. He convinces Daniel that he needs like all these little girls and stuff. And Daniel's like, all right, get the fuck in this fucking club. So now he's in like the ritual. He's putting on the garb. And
this is the end.
This is unless there's anything else you want to do. It's called the Eternal Rebirth.
It's first there was the one at Daniel's house.
Yeah, that was the normal dinner party where he had like a little girl put on his lap.
Yeah, they were gonna serve the little girl, and then Zayd does the whole like
serve like with a suit.
I think they eat them too.
Oh.
Yeah,
there's a weird mix. They eat children and
they
pedophiles.
They consume them like their flesh or some shit.
They do, and they drink their blood and that kind of thing. But so Zayd is like, this is where he makes the FBI raid kind of thing, and he sets up a distraction and saves the little girl. And it's like, oh my god, he's a hero. But it's very, very interesting because he like has to pretend and put her on his lap, and that like the whole thing's wildly uncomfortable, especially to listen to a man reading it. I do not like that at all.
Sure is.
And like his voice is like, yeah, I'm Zayd. And he's like, so I put her on my lap, and I was like, whoa,
yeah,
I hate this.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, but now once again this builds to the crescendo.
I guess before we get there,
oh god,
one thing that the author set up, which is totally fucking worthless, is that whole plot line with her great grandmother and her stalker.
Oh yeah. What happened with that?
So her mother anonymously sent her letters, which allowed Adeline and Daya to cross-reference and trace that her great-grandmother's stalker that she fell in love with, which is supposed to be like the parallel to what she's going through with Zayd. The stalker was not the one that killed her. It was actually her husband, who found out about the affair and murdered her out of passion. And the mother knew, Nana, her grandmother, knew about it and covered it up. And so she lived at that house to punish herself, to always surround herself with bad memories.
Yeah, that's right.
And Adeline's mother found out, which is why she hated her grandmother. And that's the whole thing. It adds fucking nothing.
Which you once again reminded me, we talked about this kind of thing in the first one too, where like she adds a plot point and then it's gone forever.
Yeah, it's just useless.
There were real ghosts.
Oh yeah, there were real
beginning.
ghosts for a while.
Like they would walk through and be like, I can see my breath and I have a chill and I see something run past me and do this and help me find something. And then ghosts aren't in there for the last 300 pages. They're just gone. Oh.
Yeah.
Go on. Talk about the big ending.
Oh, with the Eternal Rebirth? Because that was the whole ending to the great-grandmother stalker.
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't the stalker.
The ending of the book.
In fact, if you go by this book, there's no such thing as a bad stalker.
Yeah,
like, stalkers are good guys.
It actually turns out the stalkers have always been the good guys. They're just being viewed incorrectly.
Yeah. There's a limit of rape that apparently it flips to, like, a hero.
Oh,
it's crazy. According to Haunting of Adeline. But yeah, the Eternal Rebirth is their ritual where they sacrifice a child and like coat themselves in the blood or something. I'm trying to find the names.
Something like that.
I'm trying to find the names here because I can't recall, but he's getting initiated. He puts on like the cloak and stuff, and then he meets like a dweeb, like a really anxious dweeb, and then he starts doing his tough guy talk. I'm trying so hard to
And this was, I'll say, for the whole book and all the writing problems, this was the most well-portrayed scene. I can still picture it in my head, the room they go into, the circle for the kid that gets murdered for blood, all the people in the robes around the room. Like, this was the best written part. There was a part where I'm, like, driving and I'm listening to it, and I was like, all right, like, what's that? Like, I'm actually a little invested in this action for the first time in the whole book.
Yeah, so they have a child up there. They're about to sacrifice... Well, Zayd's about to sacrifice the kid, and that's when he says, close your eyes, I whisper. Don't open them until I tell you. Gripping the blade tightly, I lift it up and swipe my arm to the left directly into the frat boy's throat. The chanting stutters before stopping completely, gasp ringing out as the boy beside me suffocates on his blood. Jerk the blade out, the suctioning noise swallowed by his choked gasps. He's staring at me, eyes wide in disbelief. And the frat boy he's talking about is the guy who's like, I can't wait to kill a kid. I can't wait to kill kids. I need to eat their blood. That kind of thing. And then, this is the big twist, an explosion rings out. Jay comes through. Oh, God, where is it? The explosion breaks out. Jay shows up. Jay's like his camera guy. Jay's the guy who says, like, I can turn the cameras off for 10 minutes, and Zayd usually goes, I only need 3. That kind of thing, and then he goes and slaughters bad guys. But this time...
okay, hang on, back up. I didn't hear the first part. Why does he need a cameraman?
He's a hacker.
Yeah.
So Zayd's
the second best hacker in the world behind Zayd.
Yeah, Zayd taught Jay everything he knows about hacking. Zayd he's basically like a server admin. He can do anything in life as long as there's technology involved. He can hack every camera. He can hack fucking digital alarm clocks if he wants to. So he taught Jay.
No, it's got to be really difficult to get into.
I'm making you late for your meeting.
Yeah, I like how that's the one I went to. Like, that's so crazy.
The Pentagon and digital alarm clocks.
And my smartwatch. But yeah, so Jay's like the hacker. So it's really weird that Jay shows up after this explosion. And then it turns out...
Wait, does that mean there's a Haunting Adeline 2?
There is. Which I do not want to read. So she does it.
Yeah.
I don't think it says that.
It doesn't. It doesn't. We can take that. I'll take that out. That's a big... We'll save that for the others. But yeah.
So we'll rewind. Hopefully everything was scrubbed from there.
If not, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares? But so, like Charlie was saying, kid almost gets killed. Zayd takes the knife, kills the frat guy to his right or left, whatever. Big explosion right as this is about to happen.
Yep.
Jay comes on the fucking earpiece, Bluetooth earpiece he wears everywhere, and is like, whoa, like we've been double crossed.
Yeah,
like,
someone knew our every move before we made it.
And he's like, come in, like this is terrible. Or maybe Jay walks in the room or something.
He came in like after the explosion.
That's right, because Zayd's like, Jay is never here. Why is this happening? And it was a big setup.
There was
to try to kill Zayd.
Yep.
I think they fight their way out, or does it?
No, it ends there. So this is the final piece we get of Zayd and Jay. Glad you can figure that out, Jason Scott. Now let's see those hands, otherwise this single bullet will find its way in both of your fucking heads.
That's right. They really...
Wait, is that the last word of the book?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
There's another chapter with Adeline. So Adeline, after they've solved grandmother's murder...
That's all coming back to me.
After they solve grandmother's murder, her and Daya, they go their separate ways. She gets a text from Daya about like an urgent matter she needs to tend to. So Adeline freaks out like, oh my god, Daya needs my help. This never really happens. So she gets in her car and she drives. Car follows her, fucking pit maneuvers her, and wrecks her out. And then the final line of the book is, just get her in the van, Rio. Max already going to be pissed we fucked up his van. So quit fucking around. The police will be here soon. Time to go to sleep, princess.
And Max...
is a guy from way earlier.
Is the gang guy from earlier that they've been worried about the whole time.
Yeah, so Max was a associate of Archibald.
Yep.
Yeah, his name.
Wait, you know Archibald?
I don't know Archibald.
What was his whole name?
Archibald Van Winklersmith. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was
something dumb.
It was really juvenile, but Archibald was a guy who made the mistake of meeting Adeline in a club, and he was going to go home and. Like, they were about to have sex, but he's apparently like a really abusive guy. So Zayd, upon seeing them about to have sex, kills him. And that puts Adeline in danger because then everyone else in that gang is now after them. So he ends up killing Archibald's entire family. But Max knew something was afoot. So he's been kind of on her tail ever since. And now he's got her.
I'm trying to... Archibald Talvara. Because it was the Talvara people. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
We don't need to rehash Archie's tale.
No, we already did that one. This book sucks.
It does.
It's like an actual
so we're reading
stinker.
number 2.
I mean, I think we have to now. We have to know who was behind the setup.
Oh, yeah. How could we know? Hopefully Charlie edited that out.
I think Charlie might have edited out that huge spoiler that he looked up.
So yeah, I think we should read number 2. Problem is we can't rag on it as much. Well, not a problem. It's going to be much more consensual.
Is it?
It's got to.
It has to be, unless he finds a new person to stalk and rape. So, like in the second book, it feels like it's going to be all action. Like this feels like it'll be the Dark Knight to the Batman Begins.
Almost as well written.
Yeah, because now they're separated, right? Because now he's captured by mystery villain. And she is with Max.
Yeah.
So, like, how can they possibly...
So this has now become Taken.
Yeah, it's basically Taken.
Oh, I hope he calls Max and goes, I have a special set of skills.
I bet you the writing in that book is going to be some of the most nonsensical garbage.
Maybe they're gonna like Men in Black mind zap her so she forgets that she loves him, and then he gets to rape her all over again from scratch.
I hate this. I hate this so much. And like, I feel like we have to read number 2.
I actually want to read number 2. There is no way. Like, how can it even be smutty? It can't be. There's nobody left.
Let's make some theories now for the end of this. I think he finds her within the first 2 chapters and it gets back to sex.
Damn, you're probably right. He is the best hacker. He could probably digitize himself in an email and send it to her.
Yes.
And it can pop out.
Max goes, wait, I got an email. Boom! It's fucking like Code Lyoko shit.
Yeah.
Also, Charlie, I'm going to go like this a whole bunch. I need you to check 10 seconds ago and see if you see my credit card number. I need to keep that in my pocket. Please.
Stop showing
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
It's a little Easter egg for anybody who actually watches.
Oh, God. But yeah, I bet you he finds her fast as shit, and it's right back to sexual assault city.
You're probably right, actually.
In fact, I'm going to buy the audiobook and start on my way home.
The first chapter is how I found Adeline. Her pussy laid bare before me as I tickled a bud with my gun.
Thank God, when I swung the door open and shot Max in the head, he had just gotten her naked for me.
I said, thanks for preparing the meal. I can't wait to devour her.
Oh, this hurts me. Yeah, book sucks.
Yeah, book
it's
bad.
trash.
Terrible book.
Okay, you guys, since apparently this is a thing, and you guys are rating the next one, let's make a rating.
Oh yeah,
Let's rate it.
True.
This is the Charlie Book Talk rating scale. How many spicy peppers out
Was it
of...
not the Matt book talk?
Well, you have your own rating.
Oh,
You had the audio. You'll do the audiobook.
the voices are phenomenal. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would probably get... How many spicy... Out of 5, you said?
That's how they... you don't have to use spicy peppers. I know when my fiance...
Oh,
Yeah, congratulations, Danny.
God, this is the video people learning it.
when she is looking up recommendations on like TikTok or something, that's how they rate how like smutty the book is how many spicy peppers. Like 5 spicy peppers, it's basically all sex kind of thing.
So
Okay.
I think I
You
think
should come
we
up with your own
need
scale.
Two
Categories.
levels here. There's the book rating,
Yeah.
spicy rating.
I like that. I'll do the spicy rating. You can do the book rating, or do you want to flip that? I'm fine either way.
You can do both, and I can do both too.
Okay, we just do that then. Book rating, I would give this. I don't know if zeros are like uncouth in the book community, but it is a bad read. Like even setting aside like the subject matter, it is written like some kind of a like drama club, throwaway project. Like I don't like the way it's written. I don't like the way it conveys anything. I do agree the ending is the strongest part by far, because then she finally abandons the. This is like rubbing butter on a butt cheek of a bitch. Like that kind of stupid shit.
I would have liked that more.
She finally gets rid of that, and it seems like much more grounded.
Yeah.
But the rest of the book is just so awful to read. As far as like the smuttiness of it goes, I would argue of the 605 pages, probably 320-ish are dedicated entirely to describing rape.
Yep. And a lot of the others are building up to it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. And him talking about how excited he is for those pages to get there.
Yeah.
You remember the book when, I mean, it's still probably a book, but we would have read it as a child, where it's Sesame Street. And they're scared of the monster at the end of the book.
Yeah.
So like, it's who's the blue guy on Sesame
Grover.
Street? Yeah, Grover is so scared to get to the end of the book. So
Or is it the Cookie Monster? Which one is
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster is, but I think it's Grover who's in the book. I don't know if he's also blue. Grover's in the book. He's chaining pages, and he's like, "I swear you can't turn the next page." That's how Zayd is like, "Turn that fucking page!" Like I'm ready to get to it.
I am the monster.
But I would agree. I think this is it's not all sex, so I'll go a 4 out of 5 on the spicy scale.
Yeah. I was gonna do it in half. So like since about half of the book is smuttiness, I was gonna give it a 2.5 spicy peppers out of 5.
I think
You're just doing percentage.
Yeah, just doing percentage.
You know what? It's no longer a scale. It's 50% smut. And since Charlie's editing this, I can't wait to see the fun graphics displaying
Here, the peppers will be right here.
It's just a fucking PNG of a pepper.
There won't be that.
And I agree. On the book itself, I will give it a 0. I didn't like the contents. I didn't think the writing was solid. So the 0. I think with Haunting Adeline 2, do you want to go back to back, or should we read an ACOTAR?
I think we should just go back to back.
All right.
While it's still...
I'll get it right now.
Yeah, I need to go pick it up from Barnes & Nobles.
What's their name again, the author? Because they're getting another 20 fucking schmackaroonies from me.
H.D. Carlton.
Haunting Adeline... Ah, yes, they call it The Cat and Mouse Duet, Book 2.
Yeah.
$22?
All right, when are you writing your next smut book?
Oh, yeah.
Genghis Swan?
Yeah.
When does he pick up the pen again?
So we have... Oh, you can cut this out if you want. We have a property that we have all written that is smutty.
Yeah.
Could be turned into smut.
We read that for the charity stream, actually.
Should we get somebody to turn that into a book?
We should. Yeah. It's a good whodunit, I thought.
Here, real quick. I'm just going to give you the preview of Book 2 so you can hear the voices.
My eyes shut as a sob crawls up my throat. A tear slip.
Sorry, it's on 2.5 speed.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Let's go to 1
Through my lashes, and my chest shakes with exertion, trying not to break down.
So that's Adeline.
This was my...
I showed them last time. I'm really just showing Danny at this point.
Yeah, Danny wasn't here.
That's for me.
It by Teddy Hamilton with the buckle pulsating with...
Let me show you Zaid.
Mouth slow. Are you okay? Panic etched into every line on his face, and his hazel eyes are rounded with fear as he kneels before me.
I wish I could show you him saying cock.
Can you have it swap to like a different accent? That'd be cool. Like we can make them all Australian.
I'm choosing to hold on to it, carrying something meaningful.
Yeah, it's not worth it. You get the picture. All right, I'll buy the book. I'm gonna buy it right now.
All right, I'll go grab a physical copy the way God intended.
Yep.
All right, well, that was the first complete book of our book club.
We did it. If there's books you want to see and you've made it this far, put it below.
Yeah. Do not recommend.
Yeah. Don't actually unrecommend. Don't read.
Yeah, it's an advisory warning to not read it. It sucks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, let me buy the book.
They probably took it down.